Not if we're...
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, Therese.
Sparkle, hello.
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Welcome. It's another Monday. I'm Liz, and this is Therese.
Another
and
Monday.
Another Monday. We're joined by our friend Neil from Block Magazine and Caro, our author extraordinaire, who we can't wait to read your short stories about knitting and murder.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to have time to write it.
Yeah, so welcome, everybody. How's it going?
I think you should be trying to write it with your other hand at the moment. You're only using one.
It's
So you can
true.
type with
No,
your-
I'm actually using two. Look what I have.
Oh.
I have knitting needles.
Art
I'm
thou
going to.
knitting?
Oh, yes.
Our Caro's growing up.
I'm going to learn how to do this live time in front of you guys. I've got 2 sticks and some string. Let's go.
And if you get the
all you
carbon fiber ones are really sharp, and they make good weapons too. Just saying. Get the
Why didn't you tell
DPNs.
me that before?
Get the DPNs. They're the short ones. You can use them as a hair
Hair
top
thing.
thing. Stick it in your hair, and then you can stab somebody.
See, y'all pitched this to me the wrong way. Before it was like, change your ways and knit with us. And I was like, nah. But now you're like, we can use this as weapons. I'm like, tell me more. Sparkle.
Hey, sparkle. Hey, Tab. We missed you.
Hello.
Hey, Lori and Mitsuational and
Buddy.
Senko Farms. Everybody who's in the chat, welcome. You're
Buddy.
back again. We don't know why, but thank you.
Thanks. Gluttons for
Hail.
punishment.
Hail, chat. Hail.
Ann Pinkova should be here shortly.
I scared her away. I showed up and she's like, I have to go. And I was like, oh.
I'm sure she'll be back. So, greatest
Oh,
birthday
Lisa's
watching, y'all.
birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Lisa.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, it's a birthday.
Hey.
That's awesome.
I would have made a cake. I didn't know.
Ooh, cake. That sounds good.
I know cake. Pie.
Something like that. So, what's everybody working on?
Well, I think Caro should go first, seeing as she's now a knitter.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'll tell you after a while.
It'll be a shawl. Everything ends with a shawl.
I bet I could figure out how to make a shawl. Okay, you know what? It's on. Let's do it. Let's figure this out. Okay. I've got no pattern. We're going to see where my instincts take me.
Hey. Why
Yes,
not?
Tabitha. How dare you not be here when I am?
Well,
She
where
was
you
here
at?
last week.
Yes.
Baby blanket for Miss Amy. That's right. Make all your pro-life knitters' dreams come true and make as many baby goods
Yep.
as you can and donate. And if
Let
you can't
them
make baby goods, then you can still donate.
Mm-hmm.
She's cooking
Hey.
dinner.
Back.
Hey, there's the joyful Ann Pinkova,
Yes.
who is challenging people to knit stuff really fast for a long period, for more than a minute.
Yes.
That should be interesting. Are
I'm
you
getting
practicing,
stressed
Neil?
about it, or I'm getting stressed about it. I don't know about practicing because, okay, I'm just going to moan for a minute. I'm just going to have a whinge.
Whinge. He's going to whinge.
Because I'm such a tight knitter, as everybody knows, I'm going to have to knit this on like broomstick handles. Because what size is it? Super bulky weight, I think it is. No, is
I
it
only
just
got bulky. I
Super
just bought bulky. Ann's is
So-
super bulky, but
So I know
I
I'm
just
going to
did
get
bulky.
hand cramp after about 10 stitches. So poor Tabitha's going to have to carry me on this.
Me,
We should do a
Me-
show on your
I-
channel, Lordy Show.
I get hand cramps. My knuckles were on fire doing the test knit. I did this. I did
Well,
this for you.
I think you deserve that, Anne, for making us do this.
Tabitha wants to do another episode with you, Neil, and also, according to her, you guys are going to win.
Oh God! Well,
I'm just
you
gonna
better be
relax
knitting
and knit.
fast then, Tabitha, because I'll be letting the side down.
I'm just
Don't
gonna.
forget.
I'm not going to stress it because then I'll not knit as quickly. So I'm just going to relax and get in the groove and hope that Ann Pinkova's knitting fast.
Don't forget, it'll be during my bedtime, so it's going to be in the middle of the night for me. So it's probably going to go on till about 4 in the morning.
Oh, you get a bonus because Tabitha's fast and plans to cheat.
I think I should get an extra, 50 stitches added on just because it's going to be in the middle of the night.
Well,
yeah, I've not told them, Tabitha, but I've actually got one under the desk, which I'm just going to pull out near the end.
well, there's the problem. There's like you'll have to have prepared one beforehand. Can you do that in time?
Like a cooking
Yeah.
show.
Well, actually,
So-
Tabitha's done it, and it's on its way. It's being shipped over. So as soon as it arrives, I'll be ready to go.
Now, come on. It's for the babies.
Yeah, but we still want to win. We can still be nice to the babies and still win.
I acknowledge the fact that most of the people who have done that knitting challenge knit faster than me. So, irregardless, I know that already. So I'm just going to knit what I can, and so be it. Because
How are you actually going to judge it at the end? How will we know how many stitches we've actually knitted?
Well,
by how many are on your
getting to-
just by how many are on your needles at the end, I would think.
because
so when
you're starting at 3 and you're going to 100 and then you're going back to 3.
so what happens if we sort of go past 100 and get to, I don't know, it won't happen for me, but let's say we get down to 30.
Well,
We just add.
yeah. So
But if you're 30 on the second side, then you're 30 on the second side, you know.
yeah, if
Right. Okay.
because it'll be whatever Tabitha does plus whatever you do. So if
Tabitha, mine's going to be a little corner like that. So just
so
so you know.
if you make it to 30 stitches, then Tabitha has to make it to 30 stitches on the decrease.
Aha.
Easy.
Right. Got you.
Easy.
Yeah, just go by rows. I mean, that's all you have to do is whatever row you end up, either on the first half or the second half.
Yeah, and if you want to throw stitch markers in there so it's easier to count on the way across, you could. I don't know why, but you could.
Well, I'm assuming we're not going to get to the point where we have to count the individual stitches on the needle because it's going to be that close.
No,
Or
I
two
don't.
people on the same row, you know, one stitch ahead of another one. I don't think we'll get there. But it'll be interesting. And I hope a lot of people watch because all the super chats go to Let Them Live. So it goes for the babies.
DK made a good point on the pick chat last night that you had, where she said, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like over a marathon rather than the 100 yards, you know. So, for example, Tabitha might be 60 odd, you know, doing the 100 yards, but she might be even faster doing the marathon.
Well, I don't think I've ever knit anything in bulky yarn. I've never knit anything that bigger than Erin. So that's going to be interesting for me.
You're going to have pain in your hands. Just so I'm going to take a painkiller before I start.
It sounds like
Well-
you're going up running.
It's going to be
Can-
lit.
Hooked up on the starting line.
But do we have a montage of Rocky training that we can put in?
All right, the tiger will just be playing in the background.
How long have we
You're
got? Is it 3
comfortably
weeks?
numb.
Well, my yarn is coming tomorrow, so I will play around and see which needles are comfortable with it. So I'll know which size. Because I've never knit in bulky, so I don't know what, you know, to use. Amy's in the house.
Hello, Amy.
Can I just ask? DK's in the where is she? She's in the comments. I don't know where that means she is. She's saying, I'm stoked about the bulky yarn. It's totally in my wheelhouse. Yes, is that because you chose to do bulky? Is that why? I think we should do fingering weight.
Well, but then
Tabitha
it wouldn't be a very good blanket if it was fingering weight.
yeah, I wouldn't get very far. Neil.
Together.
Could make a doll's blanket.
Well,
That's
how does
not the
that help
point.
the babies?
Well, it could be a little baby blanket, teeny tiny baby blanket.
Carol, are
Amy
you
would have to
excited
milk
about
that.
hosting?
Oh wait, I'm hosting. Is this a thing?
Well, they announced it yesterday, so I'm guessing it
Are
is.
hosting the
Oh.
Have Blanket handicap.
I knew
You are
that.
tag teaming it.
Sure. I am very excited to host on the channel that hasn't had a video on it for almost 6 months. Let's go.
Oh no, not
Senko,
are-
I'm the same. I usually do sport or smaller, sometime DK, but
Wait, I need clarification. What does hosting mean now?
no
Like
hosting.
MC,
Yes, you're.
not on your channel.
Not on
Like-
your channel. On our channel, you and Epic Mike are going to be the comedy hosts.
Basically,
Oh, I
basically,
love Mike. Okay, this is
basically,
fine.
you guys are the ringleaders and we're the circus.
That's
Well, I had an
generous.
idea.
Well, that's
I think they should be asking us questions.
No,
at
no,
the
no,
same
no, no, no,
time.
no, 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 no.
So we
You-
have to
well,
think
you
about the
you
question
guys could
as
do-
we're knitting.
But no, it's your job. It's your job because we're going to be racing as fast as we can. It's your job to distract us and read super chats and maybe trivia
Listen,
questions if you're feeling it. But
listen,
you know,
I don't think you guys have been in a room with me and Mike before, so I'm sorry ahead of time. Like Mike
Mike
and
is
I met
awesome.
at MegaCon and we hit it off really well, and it's just been like, I'm sorry. Like,
I love Mike. He's awesome.
yeah.
He is.
We don't want any favoritism, by the way. No distracting certain people only. You gotta
I'm gonna
distract
distract all of
everybody
you. It's
equally.
equal opportunity.
Did we
Yeah,
determine a
it's-
time yet? You know, because I have my pumpkin hours and everything. So
that's true. I believe
I'm gonna
at
message
5.
Mike right now.
I
told you
hope
what
I
time
told
I got
him
home.
that it was with you. He agreed to hosting and he agreed to be there, but I don't know if I said
He was in the
directly
chat.
to
He was in
you.
the chat yesterday,
Yeah,
Anne. He
that's
might have
true.
heard.
you heard it.
That's true.
I told you when I got home, Anne, from church. So you take it from there.
Right. Yeah, I believe it's 5 Central on Saturday night on the 28th.
So that's 3 for me, I think.
What's happening here?
What's that for me? Is that 9 for me? 10? 10, I think.
That's 4 for me.
But yeah, DK says
Oh, if
that
it's 4
if
for
you
you, then it's 2 for me.
2 for you.
Okay.
Which one's Cinderella? Senko's calling one of us Cinderella. Is that me?
Yeah,
could be either you or Amy.
Oh, my Cinderella.
it's Neil.
You said
It's
your pumpkin hours.
Ah, no, Pumpkin Hour. Right, that was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh, this time it wasn't me.
Yes,
But
that was a
any-
joke. That was always a joke I used to explain the Sabbath. You know, people ask me to do stuff. I'm like, I can't. I turn into a pumpkin then. Sorry. But for
But
you
anyways,
guys,
Pedro, if you want to put together knitting trivia, we may or may not know. You're free to, or just be.
Okay, you may not know. That's gonna be great.
just me asking stuff.
You'd be like, "What's
not-
this stitch?" And you're like, "I don't know the answer." 'Cause I don't
Yeah,
knit.
like the answer is none.
I'll
And
give you
we're all
riddles.
like, "What is even that?"
I'll make up riddles. Be like, we don't know the answer. It's like good because there was no answer.
There was no answer. We fooled
So-
you.
But you're minus 300 points now. And you're like, "How now are the points for?"
Don't give me
You
ideas.
could do it like Whose Line Is It Anyway, where the points don't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
When I was a teacher, I used to just like put up numbers on the board, and the kids would be like, "What are the numbers for?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it." And then they would like try and like figure out like why I would suddenly write numbers on the board, right? And oddly enough, that made them pay attention to what I was trying to teach them. It was very effective.
Yeah, my son had a teacher who did something like that. She would just randomly put stars by their names on their desks, like because they had to have their names on their desk. But she wouldn't explain what the stars were for. And they'd be like, "What? What did I do? Oh, don't worry about it."
You'll find out when you.
Granted, my most successful class that I had to substitute for, and I dreaded it because it was like one of those things where the principal came in and she's like, "I need you to cover for this class." And I was like, "No, that's the demon class, right?" And so I went in and I put up like a 10 tally on there, and they're like, "What's that for?" I was like, "This is how many minutes you can leave early for class, and every time you make me angry, I'm just going to erase it." And so that they were really good. They sat there quietly, they answered questions, they left the whole 7 minutes early. It was fantastic.
Yes. I want you to know I survived the grocery store. So
Did you?
Uh,
Oh,
Figured
you
you
have a
would.
hurricane, don't you?
it was mayhem everywhere.
Ah,
I don't
just
miss
human
it.
wreckage on the pylons. Just-
bet that's the best weeks ever for the daiquiri shop, though.
I went to the liquor store and I went to the daiquiri shop. Don't judge me, okay? It's a tradition that I go get. And look, this time I cut back. I only got 2 half gallons of daiquiris. I didn't get 2 gallons of daiquiris. Okay, I got I cut back a little bit. But the last time I did not go to the daiquiri store, it was bad and people lost their roofs. So I have to go to the daiquiri store. It is the rule.
You're helping.
So I went to the liquor store. I went to the liquor store because I really had to buy my coworker a present, as one does at the liquor store. And I was like, "So y'all been busy?" And she's like, "No, not really." I was like, "Wow, I'm kind of surprised." I was like, "Maybe tomorrow."
You're like, these people are fools.
I personally was trying to. I mean, like, are we amateurs here? That probably most people are like, we already stocked up. Like, what are you talking about? I was just trying to avoid having to go in the rain tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pulled up a
that's
car.
understandable.
got snacks. I got like
Oh.
8 bags of chips. That'll last like a day, right?
Joe's in the house,
Cycle.
and so's Tomsky.
Tomsky,
Hey, Joe Bob, we miss
Oh.
you. Hey,
Miss you, Joe
Tomsky.
Bob. Hey.
Tomsky, you and Neil need to do another episode again together,
Yeah.
talking over movies or something. I don't know, just something different.
Yeah, what should we talk about, Tomsky? Send me some ideas.
Well, you're allowed to
So-
talk.
Yeah, well, you're allowed to.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
say anything
Did
mean
you
about
see?
it.
Did you see? A certain South America country can no longer get Rumble.
Oh, Rumble. Really?
Rumble's been banned.
In
Oh.
Brazil.
Mhm.
No. But what
I read
about
it this
all the
morning.
PIK viewership
Wow.
and plan
They
to overtake?
really don't want us thinking, do they?
Nope, they do not.
Or talking.
Just voting.
PIK Brazil viewership just tanked.
Dang.
You know, I always wonder when they
Evil
make these
plan.
choices because, like, if there's one thing that, like, being a teacher taught me is that when you tell the kids they can't do it, they find a way to do it. So, like, society, I feel, just finds more creative ways.
Mhm.
So,
Well, didn't Brazil say that they're fining them $1,000 for everyone that uses a VPN?
Well, it was
So if they
supposed
use
to-
a VPN to
yeah.
get on X,
Well-
they'll get.
Yeah, no, they're not going to fine them for using the VPN now. They're only fining them for using a VPN to get on X.
Ah, right, okay. Oh, did they find out that some of their government ministers had VPNs to look at porn? Or
Probably.
something? What they found out?
Probably. I don't know.
That reminds
What-
me of in British Parliament when they were trying to ban certain drugs. I think I might have told you about this. And they wanted to ban amyl nitrate. Not amyl nitrate. It's like amyl nitrate, but it's poppers. It's what they call poppers. Until one of the members of Parliament stood up in Parliament and said that he uses it when he's having gay sex. Therefore, they can't.
Yeah,
ban
you
it.
told me that.
And they
You told me
didn't ban
that,
it. So now it's.
I appreciate his honesty. You know,
yeah. Well, you know, if they were only using X for gay sex, it'd probably be okay then, huh?
sparkle, sparkle.
Sparkle, sparkle indeed. So, Therese, what are you making?
Sparkle.
Oh shit! I'm in the middle of a row.
Okay, somebody else, what are you making? We'll come back to
Yeah,
Therese.
somebody else come back.
Okay, I'll show you mine. Why, or should I say, why did nobody ever tell me that knitting in bright red is just as difficult as knitting in black? You
Because
can't
it's
see
not.
any of the stitches. So it just looks like a big hole at the moment, but this is going to be a sweater. And it's Tunisian crochet in the round, and it's a raglan, and it's my own design. And poor Annie in Hartlepool, I've been getting her to crochet it as well. And I neglected to mention that you need to have 2 balls of yarn. And she's been doing it with 1 ball of yarn and kind of getting herself in a bit of a mess. And it's taken us about a week to figure out why. So
Okay.
never assume. That's the lesson to learn from that.
I've never had any trouble knitting in red, though.
Mm-mm.
Well, this is it's that drops air, so it's
Oh,
it's
fuzzy.
quite fluffy. It's
Mhm.
very fluffy. So once you've done a stitch, it kind of disappears into the rest of the knit.
It does, Pirate. It does. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, and it's brighter on the screen. It doesn't look as bright. It's proper bright red. It's not okay. What? It's not red.
You tell him, DK. Now I'm after your podcast yesterday, and I really want to watch Monty Python again. I haven't watched it in a few years, so now I'm excited.
Don't be a-
Fine. Hey, I'm at the end of my row.
Yay!
Yay! The showed off trees.
Okay.
So I'm in flux. That's the word, flux. I'm in flux. I'm also rethinking a lot of my stuff. I'm dropping all of my make-alongs because they were stressing me out. So I picked up a whip. It's a sock. Sock. Did the Hoyo, did everything.
Oh, it's pretty.
It's a sock. It's Regia, Arne and Carlos. One of their designs. And the heel is some like Joann's, but it matches like exactly. It's unbelievable how much it matches.
Though it does look good.
And I know I said I would not do fingering weight socks anymore, but this is already on the needles. It was down to it was right there. But I'm doing the crazy sock lady thing where she puts the markers every 10, and that's helping me.
That's what I used to do
Now-
when I do one.
Because now it's like mini goals. My brain's not like, oh my God, I have to knit, 100 rows.
Right.
It's like I have to knit 10 rows, and then I can.
Well,
You know what you could do that would make it easier? You could get like 4 or 5 little needles and sort of do that instead of putting stitch markers on. And then you'd have like a much nicer knitting
4 or 5
time.
little what?
DPNs. That's what happens when you do it in DPNs, isn't it?
Oh.
You only have to knit so many.
well,
Because you know how I hate, what is it you call it?
Magic
ring,
sock?
magic circle,
Magic loop.
magic loop. That's it.
Magic loop.
when I knit socks, I'll knit one toe and then the next toe, and then I'll knit like 20 rows and then 20 rows, and then I'll knit up to the heel, and then on the other sock, and then I knit the heel. So by the time I get to the cuff, I knit one cuff, and then I just have the other cuff, and it's done.
I do that
And then
too.
it doesn't feel like you
That's
have
why I
to
like
start a whole new sock.
Yeah,
It's like they both get done, right at the same time.
I do that too. So I'm almost done with the cuff. I'm on row 12, so I don't know. I might cast on a different sock though, because this yarn, it's just like opal. It's that grippy, and I need to have a smoother yarn next time. But so I'm working on my Orioles blanket, but I'm 20 games behind, so I got to catch up on that. And my sweater, Calvin has. So we went somewhere when my other dog was having her issues, and now she's back to having issues, but whatever. So we went out, and I didn't put them in their crates because I'm like, she's not going to do anything. She's fine. She's just laying there. But I didn't put Calvin in his crate. When we come home, he had taken my sweater off the couch, threw it on the floor, and rolled around on it.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
So now every stitch I crochet has a little piece of white hair in it. So I have to pick out hair every single stitch.
It's marled now.
It's marled. It's very much marled.
Did you not read
hair.
the last
Pay
issue?
good money for
It's called
alpaca and stuff.
Chiangora. So you're just adding value to your sweater.
No.
It's-
So he is a chihuahua. We're not adding anything to this thing. So it's a hair shirt now.
That's it.
But no. So I got to get back to that. But I'm trying to read because there's stuff I want to do. I want to spin. I have some crochet I have to do, or cross stitch. I want to do some weaving. So I'm like eliminating stuff so I can add stuff, and I'm just
I hear
generally
that.
spaz.
I am working on my James N. Watts rib lace cardigan, or not cardigan, pullover, and I'm on the first sleeve.
Really nice.
Nice.
It's
Like that color.
it's not a bad written pattern. I don't like where you pick up for the sleeves because there's big holes just because of the way the pattern is, because of yarn overs. But other than that, it's not bad. Mine's probably double the length of the crop top that his is. But I don't do crop tops.
No.
But it's not bad. It's got an interesting yoke construction. The armholes are way low. Like you can see that's a huge.
That's a very deep, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the sleeves, there are no decreases in the sleeves until you get to the cuff. So they're very
His
Okay.
patterns tend to be quite oversized, don't they? I think they're bigger than the sizes that it says. Because the one
Not-
I was knitting is
none-
turning out massive.
Well,
Um,
not the one,
and I've
not
got
this
gauge.
one. Not this one. I'm a little off of gauge because I went up a needle intentionally because I wanted it looser. But when I first started it in the other yarn, it was tight.
Mhm.
And it's tight on him and most of the models.
Hmm.
How'd that
Him
look?
before or him now? Because
Him now.
Oh, okay.
Him now.
Okay.
It's very fitted
Hmm.
and cropped, which is not me. But it's not
Really?
not a bad pattern though.
Hmm.
It's really not. So,
Okay.
and then I have a couple other things to work on. I have some patterns to write up, and I have some Christmas gifts to work on, and then yeah, all that sort of stuff.
I finished my secret project too.
Ooh.
You did. It's really pretty.
So
Oh, look at
this
that.
is why I'm with Anne, and I do not want to knit in bulky weight yarn, and DK shall pay. for this.
I love that design. How did you get on with the fancy bit?
This part?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
it was
was it?
cool. It was simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. This was 2 acrylics held double, so maybe it ended up being super bulky. I really don't know. 2 worsteds. So it's probably like super bulky.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know if I could do that.
That's really tough.
if we're gonna do bulky, I'd rather it not be acrylic, but for baby blankets, that's our choice. So now
Yeah,
got
I ordered the Hobby Lobby because I figured if I was going to do it, I might as well do it with a company
Right.
that loves the babies, and
Yeah.
it's better. Though it's not their brand acrylic. I think
What
it's
kind is it?
Bernat or one of those.
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
No, it's Caron. It's Caron, I
Yeah.
think.
Karen. Yeah.
I'm gonna go next week and get something. I'm not gonna try to go out this week unless things are just better by Friday. So
Yeah, I don't know Tabitha.
He'll
Seems
probably
like
be
since he-
covering himself up now. That'll be
It
the
seems
irony.
like he does. It
He
seems
has
like
been,
his
yeah.
patterns are more fitted.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he also said that his patterns now are more, I don't know if he used the word conservative, but they're more covered up, more, you know.
Oh,
What
it's
more
it's
people
it's,
wear?
it's Amy. It's a marriage thing. It's not
Damn.
DK's fault.
look,
And
that'll
They're
hold up in
married,
court.
so what can you
Only,
do?
You know, this marital privilege stuff only holds up in court.
Oh.
You know.
Are we supposed to actually join these things in a blanket at some point?
Joe Bob started her jelly roll scarf, Neil.
Oh, well, I'm glad. Oh, hang on. She's done loads, hasn't she? Or is that
No, she has.
she's done
Wow.
a whole? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just about to say, I've done about the same amount, and it's just that little bit on the needles that I've done. She's done a whole, a whole roll. No, I
You know how
started doing it,
Joe-
and I don't like the yarn I'm using. I don't like the way it feels, so I'm going to stop, and I'm going to find some minis. I think.
I
Because
think
for that
you are.
project, you've got to enjoy it, haven't you?
I think you are joining the blankets together. That was the question. you
No,
asked.
no. Then you just finish it. Then you
You
just
finish
whatever you don't get done, you finish it and send it to Amy.
Yeah, you finish it in your own time. We race it.
Shipping costs might be a bit prohibitive.
Yeah, I'm not
For a
gonna. Yeah,
blanket.
expect me
Well, is there a place in near you that accepts donations, Neil? That you could do it. You know.
The only place might be the actual hospital. I don't know. I'd have to check. I'd have to
Mhm.
look.
we
I don't know
have
whether there
had
is.
moms in that region, but it's so expensive to ship that
Mhm.
But also,
So
I'm just
you-
thinking the yarn that I'm going to be using is going to be itchy as hell. So it's not really a good baby yarn. It's
So
drop snow, which
maybe
is
it's an
really
honorary
scratchy.
baby blanket.
Make a kitty blanket.
Mhm.
It's for the cats, but in principle,
Yeah.
an honor.
Yes. For the baby kitties.
Baby kitty.
Metaphor.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on, but I have to pull back a row because I messed up the yarn overs.
I was working on something that I'm going to go ahead and preemptively ask Therese to forgive me for
Oh.
because it's for a friend. who makes yummy gluten-free food for me and cheesecakes and
Oh,
stuff
right,
like that.
right. What is it? Just get on with it.
She wants the Taylor Swift dress.
In those hideous colors?
Just-
Huh?
In those colors?
No, she said I
Okay.
can do whatever. She said bright
I'm cool with
colors.
that.
So I picked a
Yeah, as long as
mandala,
it's not
bright
as long as it's
rainbow
not that-
colors. And
that. Yeah.
Did you hear
the
what
colors
Elton
weren't
John
good.
said about her today?
About
No.
Taylor Swift? No.
That she's second only to the Beatles in influence. And when I read it, I just thought, what? Elton John is saying that?
Wow, Anne, that's awesome
What?
of you. I'm
And
so
it's
Well,
impressed.
technically, I
Oh.
will be because I have my test one and I'll be doing another. So
there you go.
I guess I have you covered, Neil.
There you go.
There you go.
Wait, so Elton John said that Taylor Swift is second only to the Beatles?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the K-pop boys got her beat.
Ding.
Did he mean in like record sales or like
No, he's talking about
As a
talent.
musician. It's like, what?
Even a music.
Really?
Okay, she plays guitar and piano. I don't see her whipping
And
out
poorly.
the banjo and the ukulele and everything else like
Poorly.
Roy Clark did.
I was about to say, but the Beatles sucked. So what's
Well,
the
I
competition?
mean, I was wondering because he's kind of gone blind, hasn't he? He's had an accident and gone blind at the moment. But I was thinking maybe it's actually
Maybe he's gone deaf too.
Gone deaf, yeah.
I did think it was funny though that he liked the fact that Trump used the title Rocket Man for Kim Jong Un though.
Yeah, they'll be cancelling him now.
And The Rock said how good Donald treated him when he would come for the WWE stuff. And
Yeah.
he's always been really good to him. And that he, no matter how we disagree, we shouldn't assassinate people. So,
That sounds really logical.
and that
That's
he's,
fair.
really liked though a paycheck.
It's so good that he's reminded people.
So-
Well, how would
he-
anyone know if he hadn't have said it?
but evidently you have to remind people because people were all for it. But also he said he was wrong for endorsing Biden and that he was not going to endorse politicians anymore because people should do their own thing and make up their own minds.
It's almost like Hollywood can't control their actors anymore. That will be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the big league ones, I should say.
Well, evidently
Yeah.
Beetlejuice is doing really well. And Jenna Ortega called out the feminists, telling them to stop trying to take men's franchises. If they want women-led movies, they should make women-led movies with their own characters, and
Yeah, I
not just
remember.
take over male characters.
Yeah, she was saying, I don't want to be somebody's Jamie Bond. I really liked what she had to say to the point where I completely changed my blog post tomorrow to be kind of like, she said this thing and I want to talk about it with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I guess she spent a lot of time with Michael Keaton on set, and they had a lot of discussions about stuff because he was very much to the point that he was not. The studio wanted him to modernize his character, and he said no.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like he didn't believe in political correctness and retconning and that kind of thing. So
I thought it was interesting that he and Tim Burton agreed that he could only be on screen for 19 minutes because that's how long he was on screen for the original.
oh wow.
So that's what they've done. He's only going to be on for 19
Oh.
minutes.
Huh.
Not a second longer, apparently.
That's
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
just watched Beetlejuice literally for the first time ever, like the other night, and I was like, "Wow, there's not very much Beetlejuice in Beetlejuice."
well, no,
No.
he's like for the last quarter of the movie.
Yeah, but I thought the whole there was I don't know, I just never had seen it, so I thought there was a lot more of him in it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's interesting."
Well,
Yeah,
I
Gina
saw another.
Davis isn't in it because obviously dead people don't age.
Yeah.
So she couldn't be in it.
Well,
Oh, and the
I-
dad's not in it for
Baldwin.
obvious reasons if you don't already know.
yeah.
What?
The dad, the father, he's not in it. The sequel.
Wasn't he in Harry Potter?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
What?
Why is the dad not in it for obvious reasons? I don't know anything about that guy.
Oh, dodgy things found on his computer.
Oh,
Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
no, I didn't.
Yes.
I don't know
Or is
who
it
he
hot dogs? One or the other.
No, it's cheese pizza.
It's pizza.
I did see that they're making a sequel to another childhood movie or from ours, Therese, which is The Goonies with
Yeah, I
with the
saw
same
that.
cast.
Is it for
With the
real?
same
or was
cast.
it- I thought it was fake.
No,
Ugh.
it's for real. It was announced.
There's lots of other like generations that they could go after.
I know.
Leave Gen X alone, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I hated Goonies, so I don't care.
It's not my favorite movie, but I've watched it a bunch of times, and I remember watching it when it came out.
Can I
See,
make
that's
a
just-
confession?
What?
You've never seen it?
Never seen it?
Seen it.
I haven't
That's
either.
what happened. See,
Never
That's what
wanted
happens.
to.
I
either.
haven't either. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's good.
I never saw it, and
I
I
don't.
watched
I
it
don't
as an
feel so
adult, and
alone in the world.
No,
I'm like,
When
this
did
is
it
the
come
stupidest
out?
Movie.
80s?
because there's a time when I was having my kids, and so all these like 80s movies came out, but I wasn't going to movie theater because I had babies.
It came
Right.
out at a time that I should have seen it at my age, and
So-
I just didn't.
So yeah, that's probably my kids were little and I wasn't going to movie theater except
Joe
to see,
Bob's never seen it
Humbo.
either.
Ah,
y'all are
Well, we know
missing stupid.
We know Tabitha loves Beetlejuice.
yeah, that goes without
Um,
saying, doesn't it?
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
Beetlejuice was fine.
Goonies. I saw.
I know.
Goonies is
I'm just saying
stupid.
I'm just saying in the comments. No, I'll wait and watch Beetlejuice when it's on. I can watch it at home because it's too expensive to go see the movies.
No.
I'm gonna go
And-
see Reagan.
Oh, that's.
I'll
a good
wait
one.
till it's on. I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, the
Reagan.
fact that Rotten Tomatoes hates it is the reason to go see it.
Well,
Though
yeah.
the clothing guy on Twitter says that his ties are all wrong, which I will accept that as criticism. But the rest of the
Oh, okay.
well,
Well,
Oh,
it's
Reagan.
trash then.
because Reagan always looked good
Yes,
Well,
in his plaid suits.
I like Dennis Quaid. He's a good actor.
yeah, and he came out very much pro-conservative.
Oh yeah.
Was Reagan well liked? Because I've always got the impression that I don't really remember him that well from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he
So we had
wouldn't be liked
Thatcher.
in the lefty press.
He was very well liked at the time. The lefty, like, they went after him, but they also worked with him.
Not like they
So-
do now. Like now
Yeah.
he'd be no.
Oh,
Oh,
get
yeah.
off it. Even I wasn't there, and I know they hated Reagan.
They hated him, but they worked with him.
The people liked him though.
The
if
people
that's what
loved
you're
him.
asking me.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I
that's-
mean. That's what
I
I
was
mean. Like,
talking
was
about
he
the people.
universally
Yeah.
liked by the public?
The
'Cause
average
obviously he wasn't.
citizen,
Okay.
who, yes, like generally speaking, liked him.
Right. Yeah, because I've never heard an American say a bad thing about him, and I just wondered why.
Oh, I got
whether,
one.
Oh, there's
Well, I
lots.
have a couple
And
things.
that one's
I have
valid.
a few. Yeah,
That
Nobody's
one's
being
valid.
done.
Fair,
Have I just
he didn't
opened?
know.
Yes.
opening the
Absolutely.
borders.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the whole insane
got a
asylum thing. Yeah.
Yeah, closing the insane asylums. But
Well, Margaret Thatcher did exactly the same. So I think what it shows is that they were still told what to do by some other shadowy figures at the time. And all of our countries do exactly the same things. And we don't know about, or we didn't know about it because we didn't have the internet. Whereas now we do, because
The
they closed
internet
all
has
of the
brought
mental
us
asylums in this
wisdom.
country as well. Sorry, Am?
The internet has brought us wisdom.
I mean,
And
I look at
evil.
it this way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
we've had good and bad presidents, and everyone makes a mistake because they're
Yes.
they're people. The thing about Reagan is he truly seemed to care about the people in the country, and even when you disagreed with what he did, you didn't disagree with his reasoning why he did it. He thought he was doing the best at the time.
Sure.
Some presidents you
Yes,
can't
I-
say
I-
that of, like
I-
Brandon, who's been on vacation for half of his presidency.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
I
not
mean,
talk about.
I
Let's
do
not.
agree. The main thing that I don't like about Reagan is that he passed the National Vaccine Childhood Injury Act.
Yeah,
Well,
and he
I
opened the
think-
borders.
He didn't know at the time.
Right.
I don't think he knew at the time the
I don't think-
ramifications of what that would be. I think he just thought we're going to provide, vaccines for children and make sure they all get them. I don't think he knew.
Who
that
would
they
be
were
against
gonna
that? Yeah.
Use it
Exactly.
as, a way to poison our
weapon.
children for the next.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, somebody who doesn't think that, evil will
But
take
he
over
should
in
have had a
some ways.
little inkling, considering that's where the immunity came from. I mean, he should have kind of thought, hey, what's going to happen if we give this big corporation that makes money immunity from any liabilities? Come on.
Yeah.
A little bit about that,
Yeah.
Hey, what if we let the FDA get away with everything and, they don't get to, nobody can sue anybody if they die of food poisoning. Nothing bad will happen with that.
FDA needs to go away. Ooh, I
Yes,
rhymed.
they do.
Yeah,
Are you all looking forward to Makers for Kamala?
No, thank you.
I'm washing my hair that day.
Yeah.
I
I'm
need
gonna
someone
forget how
to
to
watch
use the
it and
internet that
record
day.
it so
I
that I
am
can
watching the
have a
debate
good
though
laugh.
tomorrow. I
Neil-
asked Ann, are we going to wrap up tomorrow? Time to watch the debate.
Is it tomorrow? When is it, Neil?
the debate tomorrow?
No, I think it's next week. Is it the 15th?
No, I thought it
What
was
day?
tomorrow.
What date are we?
No,
is
he's
it?
talking about the makers
Oh,
for Kamala.
The
Oh.
yeah, no,
Oh, not the debate. I'm not talking about the debate.
not the
Um,
debate.
I-
Oh
debate.
Lord, the debate.
Neil, I don't know when that is, and I'm busy.
Yeah, no.
Me too.
Well, it's funny.
I
You know,
might
I've
give my
got.
dog a flea dip that day.
You know, have you watched Game of Thrones? I am
Yes,
because I'm
yes.
just because I'm bald. I'm like Varys. I have little birds all over the world sending
Varys,
me information.
Varys was one of my favorite characters. I was so mad when they killed him off.
Well, I got a message today from one of my lefty people who are spying for me all about Makers for Kamala, and
Ooh.
I just laughed out loud. I won't talk about what it is now. I sent it to some of you. I think some of you have seen it, but it's just
I haven't read it yet.
They're all batshit crazy. I know Casey Hopkins says Britain is batshit crazy, but come on.
That shit bonkers.
I'm sorry.
Britain.
I'm sorry, but I don't wash my collard greens in my bathtub.
No, nobody does.
Nobody does.
We don't even have such a thing in this country. Not a bathtub. I mean, collard
Oh.
greens. We don't know what that is.
I mean, when my uncle would cook
Oh,
when my uncle would cook a huge batch, he would use big buckets and wash them.
right.
But
Right.
not
Why
in
don't
the
you just
bathtub.
use cabbage like normal people? Why do you have to
No.
use
No,
horrible
they're
things
not
like
the same
collard
thing
greens?
at all. No. No.
Aren't they like leather, bits of green leather?
No.
Isn't that what
No.
it is?
No,
That's why you cook
Soft.
them so long, because it softens them up.
I don't like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
so I don't cook them.
I I don't care for them, but I'll eat them. They're not my favorite, but
I love them.
I
Especially
reject that
when
part
you're
of my
done
son's
eating.
heart.
I love them. You get to drink the pot liquor at the end when you're done,
No,
because you have all this broth. It's full of all the seasoning. It's like drinking soup.
it's gross.
Okay.
I
You can
reject
make
that
your
part of my
Taylor
British
Swift
food.
sweater.
Huh?
so
What, Neil?
I said you criticise British food, and you eat collard
Oh, I'll
collard
eat the
greens.
greens for the British food. Yeah.
Have you seen British food? Like,
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
You
Well,
poor soul.
you have too many carbs.
so Kara, what are you working on knitting
Yeah,
or
what do you-
crocheting?
See your
Are you still knitting over there and just ignoring us
I bet
like
it's a
smart
shawl.
person?
I can't ignore you.
she's taking notes. Is what
Are
she-
you knitting?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish
she-
this row.
I want to.
Is she
She's
doing a
knitting.
birdie
I missed the
rose
last-
and still on the same stitch?
I don't know what a birdie rose is, but I'm
That.
gonna.
I missed the introduction.
Huh?
She's knitting.
Is she actually knitting?
Yes.
I've got 2 sticks and not one.
Let's talk about her like she's not here. She's
Okay, go
knitting.
for it.
See, I missed the last couple weeks, so I'm behind.
No, this is new. This is a new thing.
Well,
I showed
she
up with the
bought
sticks
them.
today.
She's
bought the
debuting
needles.
it on Knit Night.
Yes.
Remember, she had a beautiful set. I remember that she bought the beautiful
Yeah.
set.
Yeah, and then I was like, and now I'm gonna put it here and forget about it.
And now the haters can add Caro along with Kerry to the
Oh.
non-knitters that they keep
Oh.
criticising.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
recommend
please.
it. Stay away from me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
yeah. I think, yeah.
I have rhino skin thanks to Comicsgate, so
So clearly, they don't watch any of the episodes of which Carrie has been on where she was knitting.
Carrie
I know.
knits. She knows how to knit.
She doesn't knit
You know.
fast, but she's on the board.
I saw Carrie knit. That was the
She does
one.
knit.
Yeah. I
She
saw
knit
it.
on Knit Night
And-
when she
yeah,
was on.
And she's not
But isn't
last,
it-
right, Ian?
But how kind of nasty is it where, you know, when someone's learning to knit as well, to completely dismiss them as a non-knitter?
Right.
You
There
know,
you go.
like, therefore
Right.
you shouldn't be there.
That
'Cause that's
tells
what
you
they're kind of
everything
like.
you
isn't it?
need to know.
I can show you the fucks I give for people like that. Here it is. Oh, it's empty. I'm sorry.
But then they don't want anybody to gatekeep knitting. You know.
Right. So you can't gatekeep, but you can't be a beginner. And then,
Well, you know,
Hey.
I guess they're just gonna have to hate me.
She probably knits more than some people on that website who complain about everybody.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm ready to show my
Oh,
instincts.
Yay.
Let me see.
My
Make a
instincts.
big, make a big.
My
Make it
instincts
big.
have guided me.
I'll make it big just
We
because.
need to
so we
chant
can
it,
see.
don't we?
There
Make
she
her
is.
big, make her big.
Look, it's a shawl.
Ooh,
Look at
you're doing
it.
stockinette. Nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
I have
Stockinette.
no
very
idea
nice.
what I'm doing. I'm just like, I think
It
this
looks
is an increase.
nice.
Oh,
But-
good.
But you're doing knitting and purling?
I don't
Are
know what those
you-
terms mean, but yeah.
Is she going in the? Is she going in the back loop?
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, I have
think
no idea.
she's going in the back loop, or she's twisting.
I
Mm.
think
twisted.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
it does
it.
look twisted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
We love
Yeah,
you. Love the effort.
wait, you're throwing terms of things. Look, I'm
Is-
just. I got
Is it
sticky.
hard when you purl? When you're doing the purl stitch, is it hard for you to do it?
No, I just have to tell my brain that we're doing it the other way, and it says
You
okay.
need to take a picture and put it in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Telegram.
So we can look at
Okay.
it like really, really closely.
My phone
Yeah,
is
I get what you're
downstairs. I'll be
No,
back.
it's one of
You'll be
those
like,
things you need to.
"What are you
If you
doing?"
are, you need to fix it early on before
I
you.
think
It looks
she's
like
Twisting
Tunisian.
stitches.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be. let me go
and I
get my
know
phone
this
and
because I
I'll
did it.
I'll put it in the chat.
We all did.
We're sitting here like, how much with your stitches? And Tabitha is all like,
Sorry,
fabulous.
Carol.
I think that's the real knitting support you need.
No, it
That's
does
true.
look good. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
I don't-
good.
I've upset her
Looks
now.
better than
But
mine.
she's not.
Hey,
doing
I-
it.
I don't know
Yeah.
anybody who their first project does knits and pearls.
Mine
I'm
looks
just saying.
Mm-mm.
like
That's impressive.
that. Like it curled the first time I did
Yeah.
this.
Mine, I would stick the needle in and not go through the stitch, go next to the stitch, and it would just slide it
Yes,
over onto
I
the
did
needle,
that
and
too.
then I get to the next row, and I'd have all these screwed up stitches.
I knitted
For
a
a
scarf
year, I
in
did single
stockinette, which is like, what was the point of that? It just curled it, and I did a purl stitch in the
Yeah.
wrong bit and had no idea how to fix it, so just left it.
For a year, I did the single crochet stitch wrong.
How?
Really? That's pretty
Did
hard
you
to
wrap
do.
the
Yeah.
yarn?
And actually, it turned out it is a real stitch. I just didn't know it. The extended single crochet is a
Okay.
rare but
Oh,
real
yeah.
stitch that you can
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing for like
Okay.
a year.
That's still
My
okay
friend
though.
was crocheting
You know.
next to me. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh,
So
chicken
we're
lady's
very
thinking.
proud of you, Carol.
Yeah.
So
We
Amy,
weren't
I'll
very
have
good.
two. I'll have two to send you after the
Oh,
marathon.
Thank you.
Look, after what, before we went live, I was saying about is my camera the wrong way round, and we were like, well, nobody's going to notice because we couldn't figure it out, and somebody's noticed.
Wait,
Of
what?
course it's Lynn. Winnie, you're sharp, girl.
I noticed it, but I just was not thinking about
Well,
it. Yeah.
Is that
Anne
better?
Anne would say that Neil is in a parallel universe,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
and
Through the looking glass.
he's the evil Neil as opposed to the evil Kirk and the good Kirk. So he must be the evil Neil.
No, I'm good Santa. Good Santa, not evil Santa.
Usually,
So is
you're
it right now, Lynn? Is it looking right?
No.
No, it's the same.
That color does look really good on Anne.
Yes. Yes. Very
Evil
nice.
Santa was written by Kibblesmith. I think you're okay.
Thanks, Neil. Sorry, thanks, Lynn. Not Neil on the brain, but yeah, I feel like I'm
Neil
You know.
on the brain.
Science Division Voyager era. I think it's working.
How
for
do you
me.
feel about that?
Mhm. It's a good color. I represent the colors.
Yeah, my thing that matches Neil's wall.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Those are coordinating with Anne. Yeah.
What was the yarn that you used for that? Because that colour is really nice.
The mandala gradient acrylic
By-
yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Karen? Karen cake.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
Lion Brand. Is it Lion Brand that's mandala?
Lion,
Ooh.
Mandala's Lion Brand. Yep.
Yeah, Lion Brand.
Karen has
Two
all
of
the
them.
different kinds of cakes.
Yes.
This cake, that cake. Yeah.
This is a cake too, but it's just a gradient cake,
Yeah, I
which is
know,
really
yeah.
cool and pretty. But it is,
They're not called cakes.
The acrylic.
Do you remember all the fuss about the
They call
cakes? Because America had the cakes and we didn't get them here for probably about a year after. And everybody in the UK wanted these Karen cakes. It was like huge, like, oh, you've got one. Where did you get it from? Oh, it cost me £50. And like, I think you guys
Oh,
were buying them for about
Caro.
$7 or something.
Carol,
What?
Lenny's got
What?
you.
A sparkle, sparkle.
Yes.
Sparkle, sparkle.
I was actually working with your yarn yesterday. I'll go fetch that project. It's not knitting. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, keep knitting.
No, she's got to go fetch something.
I mean, I'm fine doing the knitting for the half blanket thingy mabobber, but I'm just saying it would be more likely for more people to be closer to finish if it was done in crochet,
Mm.
I know, right?
like corner to corner. If it was a corner to
you
corner
know what?
blanket.
Tabitha and I
Absolutely.
say.
I
Not to
know,
let
I
them
know,
focus her on the issue.
I know.
You
That
can
would
just pair
swap.
it up that way too.
But that would
skill
swap
and
the
commerce,
handicap.
Mm-hmm.
Amy and I would
because we're
rock
not
on that.
actually.
I would too.
Yeah, but like
I would, but I'm
we're
not
not
doing
actually finishing each other's blanket. There's no reason it has to be knit. It's your game, your rules, Ann. I'm just
My game. I'm the captain now.
Just saying.
Anyway, sorry,
it.
Carol.
Pretty
you brought
much
your thing.
always the captain.
I'm sorry, Amy. You're gonna get beamed off the ship if you keep.
Oh, you're going to be yeeted. Goodbye.
No spreadsheet for you.
Just need to
Ooh, and
Lynn,
and the
blame
threat-
Anne for that because Anne's
and
the
the-
one that brought that word into the discussion.
Oh,
And the
handy.
threat.
It's
What?
handicapped
Oh,
as in
stop
horses.
it. No.
Horse races. Like,
It's
Wait,
more
well-
like it's being used in the term
Wait,
of
that's
horse
like the
racing.
thing.
term.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
golf.
for
Yeah,
people.
golf people
We're not
do that all the
talking
time.
about people.
Golf has handicaps. Yes, they do.
Yeah, this isn't used for people in this regard.
Maybe
Well,
I
a little.
have
meant
wondered
for
when
us.
they would stop letting you do that, though. I had wondered because, like, so many words. Like, I can't put a job application up for a journeyman because that's a gender specific. I'm like, that's just the name of the
But
license.
that's the
people.
name.
Midwife,
I know
anybody?
you could be a girl journeyman.
They never bother about midwife.
Huh?
I like that move. I like that show. The midwife show.
What?
Called the midwife.
Call the midwife. Yes, I love it.
Okay, so show us what you're working on, Carol,
Oh.
before we get distracted
Yes,
again.
Kara, no, that's not going to.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Quick,
Yeah.
Kara, quick.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh.
Which
Make it
colorway is
big,
that?
make it
I
big.
will just
Is that
give me
one
a
of those hobby
second.
yarns?
Jeez, Neil.
Make her big.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
trying.
Yes, Carol.
Nice
Ooh.
colours.
What colorways are? What yarn is that?
It's from Chicken Lady Fibers. So
Oh,
But I-
chicken ladies. Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Let's go get chicken ladies.
yeah, of course we did. But the nice thing is that
All right,
static
tell me
yarn
the
that I have is I'm actually using that to help with like the transition, and it's working really well. So I found a use for it. So that makes me happy.
Yay!
Nice.
Thank you.
Hey, cool.
Yay!
What's the color called? Do you know?
It's called
Liz,
Liz.
just you.
It's you.
What you showing us, Liz?
Hi, Liz.
Oh, I'm
What are
sorry.
you showing?
I'm sorry. I
It's
don't
the
know.
Liz show.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
No,
Oh.
Kara is gone
We
completely.
lost Caro. Oh, no. She's like, I'm out of
There
here.
she is.
That was a nice bit of
Joe
sleight
Bob.
of hand there, Liz. How to get rid of a
Yeah.
guest without anyone noticing.
Yeah, and you'll be
Nobody
next.
knows.
Keep it up, Neil.
Well, I might be going shortly anyway, but just getting that in there before you do.
I'm getting the name because I should at least say what the name is.
Yes, get the name. It's not blackity black, huh? Because it's got other colors.
No.
I have
My
a
question
if anyone
for
has suggestions.
Lynn, I have some Blackety Black.
You
Would
got
that skein work well with the Blackety Black?
What'd you get? Were you at Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, but I've had it for a while, and I have two of them, and I need a good crochet pattern that I can use all these little ones for. I was thinking, or knit. I was thinking, isn't there a pattern where like you knit, slip, so like the color pops through? You know what I'm talking about?
You know what would
You
be
mean
I
really
mean, like
Is it-
mosaic.
Like the charts that Neil's been making for like the last
Exactly,
2
yeah.
days.
Like,
I'm not
Yeah.
doing
I gotta really pay attention and see what those are about because I might want to do it.
but Amy, my blanket,
that.
my
Anne's blanket.
Oh, look at that.
You'll love it, Amy.
Well,
You
yeah,
can make
I'll-
Anne's blanket.
I
I'll
was
send you an
thinking that,
easy one.
but they're exactly the same, weight. So
Right.
aren't your squares different sizes?
my
My squares, no, they're all the same.
And no,
They should all be
Anne's
the
is
same
Anne's
size.
squares different sizes?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
I'm not touching your chart, Neil. Sorry.
like in a single square. I think it'll be like the white and top bottom that use slightly less yarn than you would for one of these.
Okay.
But if you chose
But
a
crochet's
single,
faster.
well,
So if
Indeed.
anybody has
Do
crochet
everything
patterns,
faster. Ugh.
suggest.
then
Oh, before I
do-
forget, can I just
That don't
plug the
require
competition?
Plug something. Yes.
Plug.
Yes.
Plug
So,
away.
Block Magazine, we have a design competition, slightly different than last time. So this time you've got much longer. You've got right through till the end of December, and I've put in a cowl template, but you can design your own. You don't have to follow the template at all. So any kind of color work template, color work chart that you can submit. But I also would like you to knit it as well. And so to submit a photo of the finished piece and the chart as well. And you could win $50. It's a $50 prize this time.
Ooh.
So
I'll buy you a day's worth of groceries,
A day.
a couple meals.
what can you get for $50 these days? I don't know.
Jeez.
A new ice maker for your countertop.
Oh,
'Cause I
that's
just
on my
got a new
list.
one.
What are you talking about? That's
Oh,
on my
we'll
list.
talk later. I had one that I got from Amazon, and it's fine, but it's a pain to clean because you can't get inside it to clean. Because
My
so-
freezer is trash, so I
Okay.
need to get a countertop
Okay.
ice maker because and I've been begging
So,
him.
okay, so
birthday
listen,
maker.
I got that one, and it's fine, but it's starting to wear out, and it's hard to clean inside. So I
Oh.
found that they make self-cleaning ones, so where all you have to do is wipe out the water bin.
Mhm.
So I looked on Amazon, and then they were like between 80 and over $100, and I didn't want to spend that much.
Right.
So I looked on the Evil Temu, and the exact same make and model as the Amazon one was $50
Mhm.
with free shipping.
Okay.
So I ordered that one, and guess who shipped it to me? Amazon shipping. So they had it in this country, and they must have just shipped it from their supply in the U.S. So I got it 2 days ago, and it's actually
They're doing
a little bit
local-
taller.
They're doing
Yeah.
local warehouses now, and that's
And
Amazon.
it's so much nicer because it makes a little bit more ice, and
Oh,
it's
my
got a
goodness.
bigger thing to hold. And I think it was $50 with free shipping. Might have
Nice.
been less. But yeah, I really love it because we use so much ice here because it's so hot,
Right.
and we drink ice water all day long.
hmm
So
Hey, man.
I got a place for it right there next to my $2 toaster oven I got at a garage sale. That's been fantastic. I bought this at a garage sale, $2 for a toaster oven that has a convection oven and everything, and it was $2. I use it
Nice.
almost every day
nice.
because I can't run the oven every day. It makes the house too hot. Anyway, sorry.
I take it back. It was it was $50.21. I'll send you the link.
Okay. So I need one.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Sorry. But yeah, my son
Y'all should
has
keep
one,
an
his
eye on
roommate
all
has
things.
one,
What's happening?
and they make so much more ice
Aldi
than
had
the
a countertop.
refrigerator.
Ah,
Oh yeah? You can buy it directly?
Aldi had a countertop ice maker this summer, so you got to keep an eye on Aldi.
I know, but I can't get there all the time.
We don't have Aldi, at least not in my part of
But
town.
you gotta at least watch that ad. Oh, that sucks.
That's
Yeah.
Aldi's
That's a
the only
crime.
They're
reason
supposed to
afford
make they're
food.
supposed to make one, but I don't know when that'll happen. So Anne, show us what you're working
Do
on.
you have Winnie Winn-Dixies
Yes.
by
Oh.
you?
Do I have what? Do I have what, Amy?
Winn-Dixie's.
No,
Winn-Dixie
No.
grocery store.
I know
Okay.
Winn Dixie. We don't
Because
have
they're all
any.
they're bought out.
We had those in the
They
South,
got
in
bought
North
out by
Carolina.
Aldi. So
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we don't have any of those.
they're all becoming Aldi.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Not all of them, but Aldi bought them out, and they're either closing them and converting them to Aldi, or they're like gonna stay Winn-Dixie but carry Aldi products and maybe stay open.
Which a lot
okay.
of them are also Trader Joe's products. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I have a Smith's, but it's basically Kroger and sells Kroger products and owned by Kroger.
Kroger, we have Kroger.
So, Anne, show us what your
Ann,
sweater
show
since
us your
since you were
sweater.
frozen yesterday.
You're not frozen.
We're not
My
frozen.
Yeah.
So we have front part of the
Wait,
sweater.
wait. Let me make Anne big.
Make her big.
Hi.
That really is a good color for you, honestly.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, it is.
Both
But
of
yeah,
them, actually.
So this is my front part of my sweater, and it's kind of weird construction because you do the cabled edge as you go, which is really cool. But then you have to make like extra for the back of the neck. So we'll see how that works out. I have this sort of weird halter top thing going on right now. And then, yeah, I'm working on the back of the sweater. Looks like the front. But yeah,
Looks like the
I've
front.
had to redo so many of these stupid cables. It's insane.
And yet you're
because-
doing it while you're on our show, which is very brave because
Well, you can take me off now. It's okay. You've seen the sweater. I have one. But yeah, well, it doesn't matter if I'm talking or watching something or whatever. I will mess up these cables. So, might as well get it done.
What's the pattern?
The O-Band vest by Baby Cocktails is the gal's name.
Oh, she has some really cute vests and cute sweaters. Yeah.
Yeah, and the cable pattern's really lovely too. Like the way that it's properly written, not just that it's it looks nice.
I love cables. You get so much
I
bang
do
for your
too.
buck,
Oh, thanks, Cheryl.
Excuse me, be
Trying to
right back.
think.
Big sister is texting me to nag me to make sure I have hurricane prep done.
tell her you got the
Yeah,
daiquiris. That's
you're
all
not a
you need.
newbie. No, you've done this. You've done this before.
Oh, Caro. Is Caro? Hang on. I've just
She's here.
I've just looked at your pictures of your knitting close up, and I don't think you are twisting. I think you're doing a good job.
Oh, good.
But it'll be interesting
But-
if somebody else has a quick look as well. I think you're spot on there, personally.
Oh.
But I'm not an expert.
Aren't
You
you
did
Nittler?
Thanks.
Huh?
Aren't you Nittler?
It has knit in the name.
Yeah. That's like a brand.
It doesn't say expert knittler. It just says knittler.
Oh, I like this loophole. That's good.
But then again, as your identity as a Black lesbian woman, you could claim that you're an expert, and nobody could say
That's
otherwise,
true.
even if you weren't,
That's true.
because if
But
they
then
say
there is
otherwise, then they're racist.
But there's also the mediocre man label that I need to grasp onto with all that I've got.
Both hands.
Yeah.
I did, Amy. This is the yarn that I got for the, whatchamacallit. It's the Baby
Oh,
Bee.
wow.
So what's it
It's
called?
it's bright.
Baby, it's yarn.
Baby Bee
Bee.
Sweet
Baby
Delight.
Bee.
It's their chunky
It's from Hobby Lobby.
from Hobby Lobby.
Yarn
Yeah.
Bee. They have Baby Bee.
It's on
I
sale.
will
Well, it was
go
on
check it
sale.
out.
It was $3.99 a skein, but so
Next week. It'll be
Yeah.
on sale.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, they every other week.
Yeah, so it's not on sale this week. It'll be on sale next week.
Mhm.
So
Well,
I
good. I'll
figured bright
get it next
colors would be pretty
Yeah.
because, like I
Yeah.
said, I don't knit in that
Yeah,
heavy
let's see.
yarn. Their chunky is like a bulky. It said so.
I've only knit.
week. Yeah, it is.
I won't knit a bulky sweater because I'm already bulky. I don't need to look bulkier.
Oh yeah,
um,
heck no.
But I have knit scarves and hats, cows with bulky. Usually alpaca, so it doesn't hurt my hands as much.
Yeah,
Because alpaca, I mean, I could knit two alpacas together and I wouldn't hurt because they're so Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I haven't because it's hot here and I get hot.
Yeah,
flashes,
I know
so
you're
I
not
never wear
knitting
it.
in alpaca. I get that.
I do knit in alpaca, but it's like fingering weight with
Right.
alpaca because
Well,
I love
bulky
knitting
is
with
cool,
alpaca.
It's like it goes, like this thing didn't take that long. I mean, y'all saw when I started it, and essentially, if this was open, and not a cowl, it'd be like a blanket. So
Right.
it really didn't take that long, and it
No.
only took long because it had special stitches in it. So, I definitely see the appeal.
Mhm.
Bulky.
Oh, I do. And just knitting with Aaron for me was like, oh wow, this goes so fast.
I know. I finished that and I picked up the squares and I'm like, oh, it says tiny little, and this is DK.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, it's a tiny yarn.
I love doing
It's
that
so
too
weird.
when you're like working with a worsted weight something and then it's like you grab fingering like, oh no,
It's so
tiny,
tiny.
it's so small.
It's like I'm a giant.
It is, but I find it's easier in my hands to use the thinner yarn.
I'd agree.
Yeah, I did
So-
notice because I did cast on the little bulky that I had in my stash,
Mhm.
which was very fiddly yarn, so I don't think I'm going to use that for the challenge. But last night, watching football, I was like, let me cast it on and see. And I think the main difference, did we determine what needle size we have to use, Anne? Or does it
I'd
matter?
say choose your own needle size. I use size 13.
13.
Okay.
What's that
'Cause
in
this
real
was an
money?
11.
Uh,
Well,
It's a 13. Oh,
I
here.
used an 11
Right here.
for
I think it's a
this,
9
for this-
millimeter
this
or
challenge.
13
13
is
9mm. I used the Clover.
9. Yeah.
The
So,
36.
I generally have to go up 2 sizes. So what am I going to have to use?
Because what
15?
I've noticed is as
17?
Have I got
Oh,
12
Lord.
millimeter?
Wow. That's like,
What? That's crazy. Yeah, because I'm a loose
Yeah.
knitter, so I used 11, and that was fine.
I
I'll
mean,
probably
But because and I'm gonna say this with a straight face, because the shaft is so big. I did it. I want points for that. The stitches don't slide off of it. Like with your
Right.
fingering weight and your DK, you're just like blah blah blah. You're just shoving along, but the girth is an issue.
so bigger isn't better.
Stabbing this on the chest.
yeah, she's laughing.
Is it
No,
not
it
all
got,
about technique?
It got when you use when you when you use wooden needles and it the yarn will stick on the wooden needles. That's what it felt like, and I was like, this is weird. I don't like this. But that yarn.
Yeah.
Was
Were you doing it
fine. So I don't know if it's just a matter of what
with circular
yarn I use
ones?
on it.
Because it's this. I think it's the circular needle bit that drags it because you're going from quite a thin
Yeah,
cable
I was,
to quite
but
a
it was at that.
big shaft.
Yeah, but at that point, I was only on 6 stitches, so you're not. It wasn't. It was still just on the tips.
Shaft was a policeman in the 70s. Come on, y'all.
Shaft.
But I'm serious. The stitches just don't slide as easy. Just I don't use wooden needles because they grab
might be
the
the-
yarn.
It might be the type of yarn too.
Yeah.
right
with the-
so that's
with the
what I'm saying.
needles.
So I
Combo
don't
of the
know.
yarn.
I have
Yeah.
I don't normally use wooden needles either. I normally go for metal
it depends for me.
because it was
'Cause the
again
bulky
whatever
is
they
just,
had at Joann's who
Mhm.
suck. It was
But because I'm a
Over-
continental, I'm always going like that and
Yeah.
having to
Mhm.
push. So I'm gonna be. I need a workers' comp claim by the
Well-
time we're done with this challenge.
I get these. I normally use wooden because the metal I can only use so long before my hands cramp.
Right.
But I got these clover, these fancy clover ones, and they have a smooth coating on them, and so the yarn just goes right through it.
Mm.
I mean, they're really smooth, and because the cable's a little bit thicker, you don't get that where it's a big fat needle at the end and then it's onto a thin cable, so it doesn't
Yeah,
catch.
I don't have that problem with the cable because I use Chow Goose, but
What?
it's just The I'm trying.
During
And
this,
that's-
this is dead serious.
No, stop it.
This is technical advice.
I mean, I'm serious in the point. It just so happens that
Damn it.
Sometimes the shaft is a problem. I don't know.
it was. I'm just saying.
Shaft.
Hey, Shaft knew how to dress.
Okay, I'm using
That
Yeah,
man
he
was
did.
stylish.
No problem.
Yeah, he
I'm just
did.
sliding
That
off
man was
right now,
styling.
You know.
Ugh.
So maybe I need cotton bulky if I'm gonna use that.
Oh,
But that would probably kill
That
your
sounds like
fingers, though.
Fill your hands. Oh Lord.
Maybe. Yeah, it would probably.
That's why I said I didn't mind the bulky and alpaca because at least it's nice, it's soft, you know.
True.
Well,
I think
I'm
we
hop-
should have to get two different colours as well, so that we have to juggle two big bulky balls as well at the same time. I think that would kind of just add to the fun of it, wouldn't it?
It'd help you count
I'm-
rolls.
Or-
Sure.
I could be
I
totally,
am not gonna
totally rebellious.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I'm
took it
gonna
too
say
far,
that
did it?
But,
Not Amy Shaft.
Oh, you're not blushing, Joe. Hush up.
um
No, you're not.
What did
Yeah,
you say?
come on, Joe. You're just biting your tongue for the things you're thinking that you would be saying
I
if
know
you were
better.
Oh, I know what she's thinking.
We all know.
here. You know what she's
Okay,
thinking.
so how many
Part of that.
strands? No, that'd probably be making it way harder on
Right,
myself.
you have to count. Everybody be quiet.
Oh, you're thinking of doubling up?
Yeah, but fingering would be like
Right here.
way
You'd,
too.
you'd need
like
three,
80
wouldn't you?
or
For the
something.
Would you need
finger.
three fingering?
Ah,
This is amazing.
Poor Caro. She's
No.
just,
No, I'm being good.
Or
Okay.
arrow.
I know you're big.
Oh, no. More like
I'm really
forehand.
biting my tongue because I want to say the things that I know Joe would say if she were here, but she's not, and I'm trying not
I
to say them
mean-
for her.
Do it, Liz. Go on.
Or for
you know you
Tabitha.
want to.
I
No, I'm trying to
And
be
then all
good
of a sudden
because-
we have,
legitimately-
you know, 200
Like,
subscribers,
the
you know,
real question.
because you know
and dropping.
Neil, on the podcast that you're on, that's all they talk about.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. Always. I try and
But-
keep it really clean, but people just keep dragging it into the gutter.
It's the deviant guess that you keep having.
Sex. People got sex
This
on the
company
brain.
you keep, sir. You might need to
Hey.
reevaluate.
Freaking degenerates.
Every term that we have used have been technical crochet terms.
You're not
I don't know where you're
wrong.
getting that, Carol. I'm really,
There
I feel
was
judged.
there was a time I was having a meeting with Karen at work.
seriously.
Yes.
And so because she crochets as well, and so we were having a discussion before the guys showed up, and after a while they were all kind of looking confused at the screen, and we're like, what's up? It's like, what are you guys talking about? It's like, we're talking about crocheting needles. And I was like, okay, because it sounded like you were talking about like dicks and stuff, and I was like, I mean, that too, we're fine with that.
Like, and
Look,
Yeah.
I mean, give me
Yeah,
credit.
what's your
I work in a
point?
field where the words nipple, cock are normal parts of the communication.
Yes,
Okay,
plumbing.
So I want
Yes.
credit that I have to deal with that on a daily basis. But I'm
Yes.
just saying, if you just look at the needles, the difference between, you know,
One's bigger than the other. I can see it.
how quickly it aerodynamically goes, it's different, and it just doesn't
In a wind
slide off the
tunnel.
needle the same. It
And you
just
know they
doesn't slide off the needle.
Okay,
So is
And
it
you know they
almost
come
like
in-
no?
they-
I can't do it. I can't
they
do
do
it.
come, Amy. They do come in different lengths though too.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's that the distance isn't tapered enough.
I think you can get them adjustable, right?
I'm just saying. No, I use circulars, so the long circulars. So you got what you got, right? So
Oh, because mine are adjustable.
Well, she has interchangeables, so
oh yeah, I don't have that.
I mean, so
I'm going to get them because y'all make.
I wonder it would
I'm
be
telling you.
faster if you did the compound knitting where you had one size on one needle and one size on the other.
Oh, I've never tried that.
I don't know. I don't know if that'd be faster or not.
But would that mess up my magic glue situation?
You would
No, you
really
just put-
have to have 3 needles if you wanted it to be the same that you're always knitting with, and you're always knitting.
I know that would just be fiddly.
There's a question from Emily in the chat.
Okay.
I don't know the answer.
So I missed it. Are you guys picking your own colors for the spectacular, or are they going to
We-
be determined? Oh, we're all picking our own yarn and colors.
We're picking our own yarn and colors.
We better be.
If we were coordinated, I mean, maybe we could like each choose our team colors and stuff, but we're not doing that. We are-
Colors.
Mine's red, white, or black. One up.
I
one's
need
black.
Red and
Okay.
mine's
About that?
multicolored.
Knitter- You heard it here, folks. Literally, Nittler said his colors are.
Oh god.
Imagine that. Shocking.
My color can
Well,
be anything, but it must have.
well, we've got off the sex talk then, huh?
We can go back.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing with
Trust me.
Wagner in the background as well.
Hey, I was watching clips from different Broadway shows over the weekend, and one of them was the producers with their big
Mhm.
hit "Springtime for Hitler."
Imagine if that was made now. That film, they would
Oh,
go
I know.
crazy.
Have you?
There's a
the
lot
whole-
of stuff.
It can always be both. It can always be both.
But the point was they were trying to fail, so they made the most offensive possible show they could, and it was a success.
How does it go? After 3, we should all sing it. Springtime for Hitler. No, I don't know the tune.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned Hitler. Do you know what one of the top trending games out right now is?
Oh, go on. What?
It's Sex with Hitler.
What?
It's not. It's so popular that it's a Sex with Hitler too.
Well, pretty much
Amy, I like your
anyone,
shirt and I understand it now.
Wow.
pretty much
Let's
anyone
do
who had a relationship with him ended up committing suicide. So that's not something I think would be a positive thing.
Well, what I thought was funny is that when Concord.
is going to be a good seller.
All right, I'm going back to what I was going to say. So, what I thought
Sorry.
was funny is that Sex with Hitler was outselling Concord by like 10. And I was like, that's hilarious.
Didn't they cancel Concord?
Yeah, because that's how well it did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about Schitt's
So
Creek.
y'all-
because I finished it.
From Sex
So,
with Hitler.
so y'all don't think I'm a pervert. I went and got it. Okay.
You got another needle?
What is
This
happening?
is
I
the
don't
girth
know.
one in question.
Wait, there's what? What
Should I
question?
make you big, Amy?
What
Sure. Let's
questions?
make the girth big. Okay.
Wait,
So
Okay. Let's see.
I'm
it's
confused.
100% acrylic. Okay.
Okay.
100% acrylic, and I made this thing with 100% acrylic on the same needles.
Yeah.
And it was just fine. Held double.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
just saying that the internet's forever. I'm just saying
This time.
it just
I see the
excessive,
tip very well.
Just the tip.
and it doesn't slide. You know, so when you go to see how I have to push.
Do you
Oh,
want
maybe
it to
Neil's
slide?
right. Maybe
Does it
Neil's
need a bit
right,
of
that's the
lube?
problem.
Is that what you need?
Wait, I think Neil's right.
I usually
Maybe-
Let me
am.
write that down.
Maybe it's something in the acrylic. It's just not as smooth.
But maybe it's because the distance here, like he said, but where the cable is, it's so
Mhm.
ridiculously different
Yeah.
right there.
See, that's how I
Yeah.
am with the carbon,
But maybe
with the
Neil is
carbon
right.
needles, because they will drag. They're good
He's
for
the
beginners,
expert.
but
So
they
write
drag.
that down.
Yeah.
Write
Okay.
that down. That I said Neil was right. Okay.
Oh,
Got
I'll
that
have
tablet?
Can we have it as a banner?
Yeah.
Can we have a banner going across the screen?
Banner going-
Right.
I'm
Neil,
sure
expert.
Airplanes are flying by.
It still is
Coca-
a little
okay.
ridiculous.
coconut
I
oil.
guess
That's
because
the
of the
thing.
size.
Coconut oil. What?
But
Oh, jeez.
I would go okay like right here, and then as I needed to move the stitches up, that's when it got fiddly. So Neil's
Okay.
right.
Okay, here's a question: is that yarn softer than the other yarn? Because if the other yarn is denser, it's probably holding the shape
Yes.
of the loops,
This
so
one-
it slides more.
this
Where
one's
that
soft.
one kind of probably crumples in on itself because it's softer.
Okay.
Y'all so smart.
So it
I'm
has
trying
to
to
be
be-
stiff to work? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't, but thank you for mentioning
It is softer.
it.
And it's fuzzier.
I'm helping.
So softer's not better in all situations, huh?
So, but I think Neil's right. So because I push like that, and as I do it, it's getting hung up back here, and I'm
Oh,
having
no.
to push.
Mhm. What?
So how the hell do I fix this for the challenge?
Okay. I'll be going across the screen.
So now I got to find the right yarn to work with the needles for the challenge. Otherwise, I'm going to drag my partner down.
Well,
And DK's
Who's your
in it.
partner? Deplorable knitter. Oh boy.
DK.
you already knit faster than me, so I'm not worried. You're still going to probably beat
I know,
me.
but I'm
so.
supposed to be her handicap.
I think you might be technically faster than
Yeah, how come we got two fast people? Is Deplorable fast as well?
hang on. I have this written down somewhere. This is for science.
I
No, I'm
remember
way
she
faster
like
than DK.
Anne like sent me like her math, and I was like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yes, I
I'm way faster.
It's stitches. It's stitches. How many stitches they knit in a minute?
A minute. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was really impressed,
you
but
were
I still
hoping.
didn't know what it was.
No.
Hey, should we do another time test on the night just
Hello.
before we start it properly as well?
I
Or
got
we
enough
can't
pressure.
come
right
because
now.
we'll only
No.
be starting with 3, won't we?
No, because I only have
Yeah.
to practice with. I am not.
The
ruining
math.
my time.
The math.
The
Oh,
math
The math.
is that Amy is at 57 and DK is at 37.
Right.
So,
At
and
94.
If you can just sit here, sit.
yes, I believe that's how it is.
You said
What
it
was my
added up
number,
to, like,
Ann? 88 or 90 or something.
the whole point was
Are we
it added
taking
up to,
the
like,
difference
90.
off as well?
I'm so glad I never took that test and I'll have to be involved in this.
See, Therese,
Have you not done a
you're
time
sitting there
test?
like,
No.
why aren't I in on this? People who take the test, Joe,
I
who
don't-
also
I
refused.
don't
Joe.
take tests well, so nope, I'm good.
I'm sure you will, Tab. I'm sure you will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe,
Tab-
I'm just adding it up in my head. So I think Tabitha got 68. Is that right? And I got
She did,
31.
she did. And I think with effort, she can get to 69, as she says.
So what does that give us? 99? No,
Yes.
8. Is it 99? Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
No, I'll stick with Tabitha.
Don't make me math.
Oh, will you?
Like Neil, I have to break this to you,
Like
but
you
you're
had a
not in
choice.
charge.
I'll
You're not in charge. Ann is.
No, I get to choose who I team up with.
Maybe
Oh,
I said
no.
I stick with
Otherwise,
DK.
it's not fair.
I'm
No,
safe.
that's not quite how it works.
Maybe I said you can't have DK. So,
12, 13.
Like I said yesterday on the chat, I can just hear Tabitha yelling on the screen. Knit
Oh, yeah.
faster, Neil. Knit faster.
No, it's going to be me saying that to Tabitha.
Not.
I don't even want to know what sort of inventive name she'll have for you.
And I will
That
be
is
sitting
true.
back eating snacks.
you better keep track of the super chats.
I think I'm heckling. Is that what I'm doing? That's what I'll be doing.
No, you're hosting. I'm heckling. You're hosting.
You're MC.
I can
with
still
Mike.
heckle. I can
Yes,
be
you
like-
can.
Oh, you can heckle.
It's
Yeah, you
multi-talented.
can heckle.
Yeah.
Are we going to discuss the attributes of different size knitting needles? Inquiring
mean-
minds want to know.
Yes, actually we will, because that will make Mike blush, and it's my goal to make him blush. So
Yes.
I have a valid concern. I'm just saying. See, Neil was
So-
right. So now
so-
I need to prepare for this.
So should we just let Tabitha say whatever she wants, because
I mean, that's
she'll
what
be
we
happy
do
to
anyway.
Try to
steer the.
stop her?
I know.
How is
She's
this
always
any
great.
different than
I don't know how you do
There
that.
was-
Well, I'm just
a
saying
legitimate
because
question. Is there another Xiaogu red lace? Because you say red lace circular. Is there a difference?
the interchangeable.
Oh,
But it's still
yeah,
gonna
but
have
that's
the
the
same
thing.
Yeah.
papering.
Yeah.
Man. So I gotta find smooth yarn.
Smooth.
Or I need to go down in size since I'm such a
No, never go down in size.
Didn't you read the chat? It's the motion of the ocean. Come on.
Think of it like your
don't go there.
sheets, Amy.
Nope,
You
nope,
want
nope.
something like silk sheets, don't you? You know what I mean? So that's what you want with your yarn.
Got to be careful with them silk sheets. You might slide right off the bed.
How'd you die? Well, I was knitting during a competition to save babies. And I slid right off the satin sheets and I stuck myself in my eye with the knitting needle because of the girth, which is too much to handle, and I just died. That's how I died.
That sounds like
Okay.
a night of daiquiris to me, but you know.
That sounds like
we
who
need
done
to
it.
say hi to Joan because Joan's going to be watching, isn't she? She'll be busy
Ooh,
typing.
Joan, I
on
got my
Craftsnart.
daiquiris. We're safe.
Oh, Joan. Oh,
Slide
my
will not wash
yes.
away.
Also,
Hi, Joan.
Hi, Joan.
Joan is from my town, so
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
That sounds like a murder. In
if we're
who
talking about
done
Mom
it.
and Evan, yeah.
Get on it, Caro.
Listen,
no, you're talking about different Jones.
Oh,
oh, we're talking about different Jones.
Yeah.
are we? What Joan?
I don't know.
My bad.
Which Joan? Joan Jett? I don't know.
No. Oh, what was she called? She had
Joan
a
of
funny
Arc?
name, didn't she?
I'm so lost now.
Anne, what was her
Right.
name?
Move, cat.
Buffalo Gal or something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come out tonight.
Yeah.
Come out tonight. Come out tonight.
I was going to say, Caro, before this challenge,
For Caro.
before this,
Oh,
we need to get a brief call together with you and Mike and everything to make sure everything's cool.
Yes.
Oh,
No
yeah.
cheating.
tech
no.
wise.
It's me and Mike. We don't cheat.
Are you?
No
I
giving
think
Ann
Mike
any
would
hints
never
or any-
cheat.
Question.
No. And absolutely no confusion between knitting for the babies and making babies. We never do that here.
Okay,
They
I will not,
entirely.
I mean, I
I-
condone both.
I'm just saying, I'm not in this, but I will not be from here on out making babies. I will make stuff for babies, but not.
Yeah, it ain't happening with
Thanks.
me either.
Nope.
That ship has sailed.
Oh, no,
However,
the ship
I
sailed
condone it.
and
for other
it
people.
crashed into an iceberg, and yeah,
I had the hot flashes to prove it.
yeah. I'm sitting in front of an AC, and I'm still like,
And all our friends who are grandparents, I'm so happy for them, but I'm not ready for that
I
yet.
am.
So,
my
My kids can
granddaughter
wait.
just turned 20 the other day.
wow.
Yes,
God, I remember when she was like 16.
I remember when she was not. What is today? Today's the 9th. Okay. So on the 13th, so 4 days from now, is the 20th anniversary of me quitting smoking.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was. It's been easier, but it wasn't at the beginning. It was not
So, Neil, are you going to do an article in Blocked about attributes of knitting needles
I think
Ooh,
Amy should write
and
that.
crochet
good
hooks?
one. Mhm.
And
I think-
crochet hooks?
Write a pseudo children's book about the subject, actually.
No shafts involved.
Adult novel or children's book? Sounds
No.
like it could go either way these days.
Speaking of funny articles, did you all read Joe Bob's article?
Not yet.
Oh,
What? You've not read it yet?
Sorry.
Actually, I did read
I'm
it.
sorry.
I read it in the. I did read it in the Patreon. That's right.
I have to read it on the computer.
I did
Can't
read
read
it,
it
Joe.
on the
I was thinking of something else.
Very good.
Sorry, Joe.
Of course it is. It's Joe Bob.
I got to come up with something to write. I'll think of something.
I was a little traumatized as I scrolled through it first, so I haven't gone back to read it.
Oh, oh, there's controversy.
Right,
There's
it's time
Lena.
to go. I'm off. Bye.
Thank you, Emily.
I love you anyway.
write the murder mystery for Blocked.
You
if
could.
you want it. I could.
Yes.
Yes, you could.
You could write Who Done It for me for the sequel because I haven't written it yet.
I don't know how to do that. But okay.
No, I want Caro to write the one for Block, but Amy, you have to continue Who Done It because you have such unique. Your style is so you and perfect for that.
I made Hollywood 101 error. Don't make a cliffhanger if you're not sure how it's gonna end.
So it's going to be like George R.R. Martin all over again, isn't it? We're going to
Oh,
be
I
waiting
have
for
an
the winds
idea.
of winter till the.
Well, technically, Stephen King did it as well because at one of the ends of the Dark Tower, he just like ended it like mid sentence, and then like in the author note, he's like, "Writing's hard, guys."
I remember that.
Dear gentle reader. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Dark
I just
Tower.
won't-
I
I
gotta
just won't-
get back
It
to
definitely won't be ready in January. Let's just put it that way.
Well, you already said
Why
it'll be
not?
later in the year. That's
What
fine.
else do you have to do? Come on.
Save the babies.
Mhm.
Work. Feed
Help
my
with
children.
this mess
Okay, whatever.
that I may or may not
Talk
have
about-
corralled her into.
I'm sure you've got other plans too.
I do. I have big ideas for it, so I have to sit down and make my ideas.
Everybody's
on
got
paper.
ideas.
Got big, beautiful thoughts about who done it.
And then I usually cross mine all out and go on with the next one. Because I've dumped all my make-alongs. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do it. Because it doesn't fit into my plans of what I want to do.
Well,
I'm dumping all my make-alongs.
we all know that
I'm not
I am,
any except for PIKs.
Yeah,
What's up?
I didn't.
because we're awesome. And
That's what
also, I made you do it. I'm sorry.
You may. Oh no! Don't make me say.
I
the
just
baby.
see like
That's
Anne like
okay,
showing
Mama.
up, being like, "Listen here, you're going to do it," or "I'm going to use my fancy words and talk you into it." So like, pick an
No,
option.
no.
No,
No,
I
please don't
am
say
the
it for babies.
absolute. Yeah. Oh no, I'm
No.
helping Amy with the organization she's with to save babies, but also
That's
I am
terrible.
the
No.
worst for the person who invents the stupid knit-alongs so everyone can play and have fun. For the person who does like Shark Week and the rest of it, I am the worst player at my own games. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do a thing, we're gonna do this, and it's like, so Anne, what have you made lately? I was like, shut up.
We don't do
He's
that
like,
here.
Hey, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
And like,
How
weeks
many
go by, I'm like, so
things, Liz?
How are we doing?
Liz, how many
this
things
thing?
have we come up with that we're gonna? It's a knit along. We're gonna do this, and then we don't.
Lots.
A lot.
Well, I could name 2 knit-alongs that were planned on Knit Night that we haven't
Yeah.
done. So there was
Well-
the stripy sleeves, and there
Yes.
was the.
I
the
still
tank
wanna
top
do that,
thing
though. I
that
Yeah,
we-
but Morgan.
that we all bought the yarn for
Mhm.
£75
Morgan's-
later.
Yeah, but that was Morgan's thing for her.
That
thing.
was
Yeah,
Margaret
but I
Kelly.
still want to do that. 'Cause
Well,
I-
we
I
can
still
do
wanna
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the vest wasn't. Vest was Knit Night, wasn't
And
it?
the vest.
That was Joe.
Best,
That was
yeah.
Joe.
Joe's
was
Knit
Joe.
Night, like you two.
And then technically, I wanted to do the whole like make-a-thon thing, but Anne's kind of doing that with this, so I'm going to count that as done.
Mhm.
What's the make-a-thon thing?
Like you remember, like the you know, back in the day they did the who was it that did the Danny Thomas for the St. Jude's
Oh.
and
St.
The-
Jude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Labor Day telethon, the
Ah.
St. Jude.
yeah, like you know, you
No,
knit-
that
so
was
remember we talked about-
that was the
That
other
was
guy,
DK, wasn't it?
Oh,
No.
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry
we
Lewis.
wanted to, like you knit for so long, you get sponsored for your knitting. Yada,
Yeah.
yada.
Oh,
So
right,
Anne's
right.
kind of encompassing that for me. That kind of works with this. So you know,
And I do like that concept, and I would like to work on that concept for the future. But
that's just a lot to manage. So,
No, to be fair, like Anne sent me a message about this whole thing, and I didn't even really understand what it was, and I said, "Sure." Like, I'll figure out what it really means.
my
Sure, I'm
writing
in.
skills suck. Okay, nobody
No,
understands
no,
what
no,
I'm talking
no.
about.
It has nothing to do with your writing skills. I just wasn't grasping the concept but I'm like, sure, I'm in. I
wasn't
told my
either.
daughter I just agreed to do something. She's like, what is it? I don't know. It's some
Sure.
kind of knitting thing.
I'll tell you.
I need to do remedial writing classes.
I'll tell you a secret. When you're trying to get Anne to explain something, tell her to explain it to you like you're 5 years old, and that helps her bring it down a level. Then you can understand her. I was like,
Well,
talk
no.
to me like I'm 5.
I think it was
Right.
more.
I still don't know.
It was more. I was just skimming
Did-
it, and I'm like, okay, knitting half a blanket with a partner, sure, okay. And then I'm like, after that, I'm like, so how exactly are we doing this? Because I really wasn't reading through it. Like, do we need specific yarn? How do we do this?
Anne is great. at
Weren't you
flying
the
by
one
seat
that
of her
didn't
pants
want
and
to
making
do
it work?
the vest?
Yeah.
Sorry, interrupting Therese. Weren't you the one who didn't
Oh, I
want to
wasn't
do the
doing it.
vest?
Yeah, Teresa and I agreed, but neither one of us
Oh,
ever
Teresa and I
started.
No.
She's talking, but we
No.
can't hear her.
Yeah, you're
You're
muted.
Can't
Reese.
hear you.
Reese, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. No, listen. So Joe started it. I wanted to do it. I bought the
Yes.
yarn, and then Joe said, "Oh, I'm making it, but it's too big. It's too small. Whatever it is, it wasn't right." And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to make it if it's not going to be right."
Right.
So
So we were
some-
waiting for somebody to finish it
Right.
and see how it.
Did
Wait,
Shauna
was
finish it?
somebody
Because
doing
Shauna
No.
got quite a long way, didn't she?
I think she stopped. I don't know if she's worked
Oh,
on
did
it in a
she?
while.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I had
love
a bit
that
of an
vest.
idea. If you, well, I was going to say, if you don't want to do that vest, you could do. Have you seen that? I forgot what it's called, but it's dead simple. I don't know how they're
Okay.
daring to charge for it. Have you seen it? The one that,
So it's Teresa approved.
hands,
Yeah.
hands stitches needles or whatever she's called. You know who I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Wool Needles Hands.
Full needle.
That's the
needle,
one.
but
She
yeah.
featured it on one of her videos like last week,
Okay.
I think it was. She's knitting it at the moment. It's all multicolored. We could do that instead of the.
Okay.
the yarn.
I'd have to see what pattern it was, and I don't
Yeah.
watch her. She lives
Oh,
in
it's
my
really
house.
simple.
No
You wouldn't need to buy the
from the
pattern.
get-go.
She makes me tired watching her.
Yeah, she's whatever.
She's very high energy, and
She's fine, but she's
she's fine. No, I like her. She
Yeah.
she makes pretty yarn. It's just I can't do high energy podcasts because
The
that's
flea
not-
sweater,
Could be a
that's it. The
teacher.
flea sweater.
Oh, the flea. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone did. A lot of podcasters did that a few years ago when I first started watching podcasts, like in 2018, 2019. A lot of them knit that.
It's just a raglan though, isn't it? With I think is it 4 rounds of each stitch, and then with the dot of colour on every 6th round or something. You wouldn't need
Something
the
like
pattern.
that.
If you could just do the flax if you wanted to, and just
I
put the
shall
colour.
not be doing that.
I'm gonna look it up again, so I can see if it's what I think it is.
I really
remember
like
saying-
it. I'm thinking of
I
doing it.
did cave, and I bought the pattern for the Stephen West, but I'm not gonna knit it till it's done because I figure it's only two
It's
colors.
right this long? Oh no.
It's only two colors, so I think it could be something that's very doable later on.
Well, how will we know if it's racist?
Or it could be horribly wrong.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch the
internet to
videos.
tell you.
I'm gonna watch the videos, but
Would making it make me a bigot?
probably not this year. I'm sure he's made sure that.
Oh,
that's
I'm
not
no.
sure.
I want to be a
Sure.
bigot though. Who will make me a bigot?
Well, you could do last year's knit along shawl and do the swastika.
You want to be a bigot? You're here, dear.
I want to be a bigger bigot.
You're already in Club Bigot, okay? The lights. are
When you've
going.
been in Block Magazine, Caro, you'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
bigger
What's my
too.
deadline?
Then, is there a deadline for white supremacy?
He's got.
I don't
themes,
know.
baby.
Oh,
tempt
did you
him.
see?
He's got themes.
Evidently, in Matt Walsh's "I Am Racist," he got that Robin DiAngelo to pay reparations to his producer.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Oh, and
I
you know,
was
it
really
turns out
bummed.
she plagiarized white fragility from other people.
Doesn't surprise
Shocker.
me.
Shocking. I know.
I was hoping that would be on Daily Wire. I didn't know it was actually like in the movie theater.
Yes, and there.
Can
Anne
yeah, Joe,
frozen?
I'm trying to pull it up.
No, okay.
Yeah,
And froze.
Because I have Daily Wire, but I'm not paying for a movie. So
I'm trying to get it to pull up. My
Yeah, that What Is a Woman? Was that $20 you had to pay for that?
That
it was
was
on
yeah.
Daily
Join
Wire.
soon.
You had to
didn't you?
subscribe.
So I've never seen.
I didn't have
Still
to
not
pay
seen.
for it. That's what I'm saying. So I thought, what is a racist will
Yeah.
be on Daily Wire as a subscriber, and I don't think it is.
No, it's
It'll
going to
be
be in
like What
theaters.
Is a Woman, won't it?
That's what I'm saying. Why am I subscribing for Daily Wire?
Oh, I'm gonna get a Bigot cap. I'm so excited.
I belong to the Blaze.
Which I only subscribe because I paid the
You can
Black
wear
Friday
it.
price.
What could we have? What does OT stand for? Because we could have big OT. What could the OT be?
Old Testament.
Overtime.
Overtime.
We just tell nobody what it means and let them like project onto it. And like when the gold one shows up, be like, yeah, that one. That seems the most offensive. Let's go with it.
Okay.
It's this one, right, Neil? The fleece
Yeah,
sweater.
that's the one. Yeah, that's it. Make yourself big so people can see.
I know.
Make
I
yourself
want to
big,
get.
make
I want to
yourself big.
find a bigger picture, a better picture, though.
You
I
could
do
just
really
show
want
the
to make
shoulder bit because then you can see the actual
Morgan's stripey idea, because I really did want to make that. And when we started it, Morgan had some life things she needed to deal with, but then I picked black, and that was a terrible, terrible idea. So I want to
It's
redo the
this, Joe
stripes
Bob.
stuff.
Hey,
Kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it's try
I'll
and have a
find a
look at
better
it, Joe,
picture.
because it's so simple. The pattern is so simple.
I'll find a better picture of it.
Do you
Let
want
me
me to
pull up Ravelry.
upload one for you?
Yeah, well, Ravelry's taking a long time to load. I'm just going to see if there's better pictures in the projects. Except it doesn't want to.
Everything on my phone's been taking forever to load the Wi-Fi and stuff. I don't know if it's
Mhm.
because my router sucks or because the new
No,
iPhones
it's
are
a-
coming out. Or what?
it's a thing now.
They're watching where we're going.
I like this one though. This one's really doable for the color work.
I'm really boring. They're not gonna like my browsing history.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine.
I mostly go to my job website
Where'd Neil
and
go?
YouTube.
What's happening?
And knitting, and
What is
that's pretty much it. Yeah, recipes.
Granted, like when I'm in the middle of writing a book, I'm pretty sure I show up on an FBI list at that point because I'll look up like everything. Like the last book I looked up. Oh, never mind.
Sorry,
Ooh,
that's it.
that's nice.
So it's just stripes
Yeah, I'm
with
not
little
making-
pops of color. We could do that.
Yeah.
You could do that.
We lost Neil, by the way.
Sorry, did I kick Neil out?
Oh,
I don't know.
I didn't touch his thing, so if he left, it's on him.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
that won't hold up.
Don't know what I did then.
Welcome back.
Listen,
Yeah,
you
Neil,
can
this
touch
is
your
really
thing,
easy.
So
I didn't touch his thing.
Bro.
See, Neil, I already made it
Yeah,
big
that's the
before, so
Yeah, that's the
that's
one.
really simple. That isn't
Yeah, just
bad,
get a
though, because-
raglan, a plain raglan, and you could do that yourself.
Yeah, you wouldn't need to buy the $8 pattern or whatever.
Yeah,
But
because
this
I
isn't
think
the-
that's a bit cheeky to
Thi-
charge that for that pattern.
This isn't the one I'm thinking about. There's another fleece stitch sweater.
Yeah, Emily's making a good point. So many ends, yeah, there would be a ton of ends. But
Yeah.
I had a
yeah, I
thought.
mean, maybe she's telling
You
you how to do
could
color work. Maybe.
spit splice them
But-
together. You could spit splice the yarn together. And you, as long
Yeah.
as you did it, I don't know, somewhere, you wouldn't
Right,
have any
whatever.
yarn to weave in.
I'll be
There's
back and
another
put my
one.
food in there.
It's a French one,
French.
Oh yeah.
where it's. I thought it was called the flea, but it's a different pattern. So I don't know. It does look better in different colors, though. It'd be nice. Oh, there's a cardigan version too.
No. I could do the chart for it if you wanted it, Katie. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, Joe, you
This
could
is
do that in your
us.
80s DK mohair.
No, Joe, you need to do the ugly cat shawl in your 80s DK mode.
Yes, like Annie did.
The bird knit
Yeah.
shawl.
Yeah. Do that first, and then you can graduate to bigger show.
I gotta get my training in, man, because I am working on the baby blanket again, and like my forearms are not happy, and you know,
Oh, great. This is what we're all going to be going through, isn't it?
maybe I'm doing this to just psych you up, be like, ha.
Told you, we're going to take, well, I'm going to take a painkiller before we start.
I'll just have a drink and then, I'll be all relaxed.
Oh, what's the sea glass sweater like? Let me find that.
Oh, that's the other one where
that's
you just alternate.
Beautiful.
You
Yeah.
alternate every other stitch, and then you just pull into different colors and kind of just randomize it. Some people randomize it. Some people knit it. I have the sea glass cardigan pattern. I think. I don't know if I have the pullover pattern.
Ah, right.
That's a ton of ends though. That's more ends.
Yeah.
Except there's on the cardigan, they say they have a unique method to hide the ends, and they do some kind of weird thing on the inside that you braid up the ends, kind of thing. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the pattern very much.
I think that Wool Needles Hands woman did that in one of her last videos, didn't she? She tried to braid it all on the inside, but I don't think she liked it. I can't remember now. That one, that sea glass one's a little bit like the Guatemala. The effect looks the same.
Yeah. It's pretty, and depending on how you pick the colors, it can be really pretty. I don't think I would knit the cardigan though, because I don't want to.
I'm still trying to get that Guatemala finished. Ugh.
Oh, you can pay $60 and do a virtual workshop on how to knit the sea glass sweater.
No.
Everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, and you should start charging workshop fees for all your patterns. Because they're color work and in Tarja.
Or you could put a donation button on your website.
Calling me out like that.
Ugh.
Just saying.
Who are we grifting for now? We get to be grifters? We
Yeah,
can
I
grift.
always think- I always think you should have a donation button on your
You know-
website.
You know what I find interesting?
Hmm.
Is we
No,
don't
what do you
grift
find
for
interesting?
ourselves.
No, we don't.
We grift for each other, or babies, or moms, or women, or whoever needs help. Other people outside our circle.
Yep.
Just an interesting observation I made.
You mean we don't have all these GoFundMes out there for us?
On which he has.
Wait, what?
We don't have all those GoFundMe out there because I want to go to Scotland to learn how to knit. So I need a GoFundMe. And you need to pay for it because I'm oppressed.
Wait, is
Was
this
that
a
a real one?
No, but there's
Okay.
there's plenty of them like that out there though.
Oh,
How
there's
many
a
do
better
we know?
one.
Somebody send me to the Shetland Islands. I need
I
to
would
go
go.
as a pilgrimage. It'll be a spiritual experience for me.
Oh, I would go with
Neil
you.
should
because
write
I would
about
love to be
that.
there. No, Neil's written about some of the GoFundMes before, haven't
Yeah,
you?
he has, but I thought that was a real one. You were
You know.
saying.
Oh, there's
No.
some really egregious ones out there. And
Yeah.
Please pay for my sex change. There's one for you. The one that
You mean
I
a
get
free-
free on the NHS anyway, but still pay for it.
You know, that I just get sadder and sadder when I see those posts from that person because
Yeah.
now they're moved in some tiny little farm in middle of nowhere Scotland, and like it's just sad.
Yeah. I think I know why that person moved to Scotland. I think I've told you about this before because
yeah,
prescription drugs are free in Scotland, whereas in
Yeah.
England you have to pay for them. And I think that'll be why.
that's awesome when you have to go to the taxpayers to get your stuff done. Yeah, that's great.
Well, I think in Texas now they're letting them get surgery in prisons for free. Thank you, taxpayers.
Well, that's not cool either. So-
Oh, wait, they're actually somebody's suggesting one for you, Amy.
Properly, I need properly tapered needles. Where can I get this?
But the,
Do you
the
want them
correct,
that you could like put a battery in it and it'll kind of do some of the knitting for you?
they need to
Has
have the
anybody
correct,
invented them yet? That's
they
what
need
you
to have the correct tip and shaft ratio.
The website I would recommend is not appropriate for this channel.
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian.
You trying to remind yourself or us?
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine.
But now I am deeply,
Oh.
seriously bothered. Because I don't see, that's the problem. See, I don't knit with big, chunky yarn. So maybe DK has some suggestions. Because I don't know how the heck you're supposed to do that. She said she likes bulky yarn. She should tell me what needles I have to
But
use.
but DK also lives somewhere where it gets cold in winter, so she wears those hats.
That's
Right,
true.
You know,
I know. I find
Does
there's
she,
so
is
much.
she English? Does anybody know if she's English or if she's continental? 'Cause I think that makes a difference.
Oh,
Not sure.
I don't know how.
I can say
Speaking
that
of which,
most-
how is Caro knitting? Are you doing continental or English? Like, do you hold the yarn in your left hand or your right hand?
I guess my left.
Okay, then you're continental.
Continental.
Okay. Okay. Like,
That
Is
makes
that-
more
there's
sense
no-
for you.
Good.
There's no
That's
wrong or right.
good.
It's just there's just different. There's no wrong or right.
That's
Most
a great way
crocheters-
to learn, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be dissing the English way of knitting.
No,
No.
most
yarn in
most
your left hand is
crocheters
faster.
who start
Right.
knitting tend to knit continental because
Right.
you're
I
used
think
to
that's-
holding the yarn the same
I
way.
think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
So that's why.
no.
I like how you
Because-
guys ask me all these knitting questions, and I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
I got 2 sticks and some yarn.
Hmm.
So,
Right.
so this is from my friend.
No.
Just texted me. She just apparently just now getting her. I don't know when she got it, but she just sent me this text. This is the bread aisle.
Of
Oh.
course,
Oh.
of course. Amy, Katie says
Yes.
Christians are allowed to enjoy knitting needles too,
Yeah.
and DK is an English knitter.
Oh, okay. See. So I wonder if that makes a difference. Seriously, because I
Emily's
push,
making a good point.
Yeah, she said
The
the
left
muscles
needle
you
down.
typically use for knitting will be different for bulkier yarn. You'll be holding the needles differently. So,
Excuse me, sorry.
Amy, you and I got to practice then.
That's what I'm saying. We need to practice because I don't usually.
I think English
knit-
style might be an advantage with bulky thinking about it.
Well, that's not going to work for me.
That's not gonna happen. This is me English knitting.
Well, that looks right to me. That's how English people knit.
That's exactly how we knit all the
Oh,
time.
on the TV shows, we do it like that, don't we? Like that's how they do it on the TV shows.
That's like AI knitting for me. I'm like,
You know, it's so funny though when you look on the modern TV shows and they show knitting. It's you can watch and you know they're just it's not even
Right.
close to real knitting. But when you look in the old movies, because all the old actors and actresses knit
really?
when they were
knit,
knitting,
yeah.
they were actually really knitting because they would knit on set in between different filming.
'Cause I tried.
The best one
I
still
tried
has to
not-
be that midwife program where they were knitting crochet
Yes.
squares. What was it called? Call the
I still
Midwife,
have to
wasn't
watch
it?
that.
Yes.
I've never watched it, but I saw that clip, so I know.
You should
I
watch
wanna
it.
watch
It's really
it.
good.
I started to watch it, Teresa. There's like 13 seasons.
I have a problem with shows that are
Very good.
meant to be extra English for the American market, and that is one of those shows. It's
Oh.
too English.
Of course you are, Joe, and we
You
love you.
English? What are you talking about? Like,
And it
There's-
was
People were not like that in this country ever.
oh, okay. Well, that would make sense then. Yes.
I do want to watch it because my secret goal in life that I wanted to do before I decided to pick the illustrious career of teaching and now construction is I wanted to be a midwife. I loved it.
Hmm.
So I would love to watch that. But
It's so
13
good.
seasons?
All right. Just start with season 1, okay?
Is it
Just
British
start with
seasons where
season
there's,
1
like,
and
4
go on. telling you, it's so good.
Well,
Is
I'm
it like
watching
Sherlock?
Schitt's Creek at the moment, and
Reese,
I've
Schitt's
managed.
Creek
cover your
is
ears for a
amazing.
second. I don't
on
like Call the Midwife because babies are the antagonist. I only saw a couple episodes and I went, no.
Oh, I
No,
wouldn't like
they're
that.
Crow Baby on there.
I think just to honor Schitt's Creek, you need to say "baby" in the way what's it says it.
Baby.
Baby, baby,
The baby.
baby, baby.
Herb.
So good.
What was the wine guy's name? Herb. Blah, 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 blah. Herb.
Oh my
What was the
God,
wine
this
guy's
is a
name?
good show.
Herb Weingarten. You know, Alexis only says you, David, like once the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, okay, so where did that catchphrase come from? You don't know because she only
She
said
says
it
it one
one
time.
time.
But the rest of the time she says, David. Or
Ew. And
she
he
doesn't
says
say
ew, and she
David.
says ew,
Yeah.
but she never
Yeah.
said, yeah, right.
She said,
I noticed that.
David.
Well, it's like he never said play it against Sam in Casablanca either.
Hmm.
True.
So
The Mandela effect. Yeah, I've just watched the one where he's singing karaoke in a bar and he's doing Mariah Carey. And you think he's
He
doing a really
loves
good job,
Mariah.
but then it's actually some other woman who's singing it and he was just miming it. And that I can't remember. It's where the hotel inspector's been round.
Oh, yeah.
I've forgotten his name. Emil or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Stevie dates the guy. Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a good show.
It took me
It
a
is
full
such a good
season to get into it. I really had to stick with it. But
Yeah.
now I do like it. And one of the things that makes
It
me happy
definitely
is what
took.
go on, definitely took what?
Well, it definitely took time. But if you're not already a fan of like Christopher Guest and Eugene Levy and that comedy style,
That dry, yeah.
that Canadian dry comedy style.
There's-
Yeah.
I want to see some of the
love.
things that were cut out because David and his boyfriend, what was his name?
Yes.
Right.
Patrick.
Whenever they do it, yeah, Patrick. Whenever they do a scene together, you can see they're both dying to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, really
Oh,
holding
yeah, for
it
sure.
back, you know,
Especially
and I want to
Patrick,
see them
yeah.
break. You know,
Yeah.
So have you gotten to the Chicago episode yet?
Chicago. Can you give me
Where they
another
do the
clue?
musical? Where they do the musical.
Well, they've done some singing in it. Is it a
Where
flashback?
Patrick and Stevie. No, Patrick and Stevie are in a musical.
Oh no, I've not seen that one. Right, okay.
This show is so good. It's so good.
I just love
And you know
how
why it was so
completely
good?
vacuous they all are. You know, they just have
You know
no
why it was so
concept.
It was good because they just were. David's sexuality was not his character.
Nobody
He
cared.
just
Like,
was.
nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
Yeah.
He was bisexual and nobody cared.
He was pansexual.
Well, he
or
was.
something.
They said that.
Some
but
crazy.
there's
Yeah,
no
I don't know.
genders, so you know. But
Whatever.
well, the new Marvel show, they did an interview with the cast, and it, according to them, it's the gayest MCU TV show out there ever. Because like all the characters are gay.
Man, I'm just
What is
so-
the Avengers?
No, it's the Agatha one, the sequel
Ah,
to
yes.
Scarlet Witch.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not a normal society, so I don't.
No,
Yeah.
that just sounds like it's not for me, and that means that my money's not for them.
Right.
Exactly. But I mean, that's how the actors are advertising it. Like, why do you think, since none of that has worked yet in Marvel productions or magazines or comic books, why do you think pushing it is going to work this time? Like,
I'm pretty sure it's the studio. The studio always tells.
Witches. Can a market bear? I say not very much.
Yeah, usually they're just like spitting out whatever the studio wants them to say. So if for some reason the studio thought that, I know this has been failing for the last 5 years, but if we just do it one more time, it will stick
Just
this
do it
time.
one more. This
Yeah.
time will go through.
This time
Yeah.
with feeling.
This
I will.
So, are they going to make Agatha Harkness a lesbian or something? Because in the comic, she's a really old woman. She's about 90.
Well-
You know.
Well, in the TV show, she wasn't portrayed as being 90. She was portrayed to be like a middle-aged woman.
Oh yeah, so yeah, in One Division was it called?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm so tired of superhero shows anymore because they've just taken the joy out of it.
I'm tired of bad writing. That's what I'm tired of.
That
and
too.
like I feel pretty surrounded by it. Like there was a book I was reading that somebody recommended and I got to like chapter 2 and I was like, "Hey, you and I have been friends for like 5 years." And they were like, "Yeah." It's like, "Have you actually ever read a book before?" Like
Are you literally ill? Yeah.
I have to say, I am going
You put this in
to
front of my
defend.
eyes.
What?
I'm gonna defend Tabitha on the interwebs
Why? What'd she say?
and tell Neil he's wrong.
About Murder,
That
She
Murder,
Wrote.
She Wrote.
Murder,
is
She Wrote?
fabulous.
Isn't it hilarious and fun?
And like Neil,
It was
how-
too good to
how
be
do you-
true, wasn't it? To be right, just for an hour. Couldn't even be right for an hour.
Come on.
Neil, surely you could look at it and look at the stars and be like, "Oh my god, I remember that star from when I was a kid." Like, surely
Right.
just the nostalgia.
Courtney
of it.
Cox.
It's not supposed to be serious. It's supposed
It's so
to be.
80s. Come on. It's
Okay,
typical
I could
80s.
only get season 3, and I did watch
That's
it.
true.
I
That's
watched
true.
1 and
That's true.
3/4 episode. I couldn't carry on with the second episode because it was just the biggest pile of crap
What?
I've ever watched in my life. Sorry, Tabitha, but
See,
it,
and I've
it
not-
was
I've not-
shit.
I started at 1, so I'm restarting at 1. I mean, I watched them when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
but I'm
restarted
restarting
it.
at 1.
I've watched the first 2
And it is
again.
so cheesy. It's so cheesy.
That's
that
what's
it's
so good about.
That's the point of 80s stuff. Yeah.
But it was so. But even a couple episodes, I'm like, hey, I did not catch the murderer. I did not figure that one out. A couple of them I figured out, and I'm like, I figured it out.
Okay, Tabitha,
I've only
send
seen
me the entire box set in Region 2, is it? Is it Region 2 DVD for
I
Britain?
told you you could
And I'll
log
watch
into
it.
my Peacock and figure it out.
Wow, you're all desperate for me to watch this program, aren't you?
I mean,
Well,
look,
because Neil-
my mom,
It's on
loved-
Peacock? I need
It's
to
on
know.
Peacock. That's how I'm watching it. My mom loved Murder She Wrote. She loved Murder She Wrote. She loved what was the one Diagnosis Murder or whatever it was.
Oh, I
with,
love with Dick
Dick Van Dyke. She loved
Yeah.
those shows. So I would watch them
I
with her.
hated that show.
And
Is that the one where his
course you
son was
did.
in it?
yeah.
Oh, it was so bad.
You're
That was such a bad
anti-American.
No, I loved Cagney and
Well,
Lacey.
these-
I loved Hill Street Blues. I loved Quincy.
Oh, I loved Hill Street.
Hill Street Blues is good. Yeah.
Quincy was really good too.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah,
Quincy.
Quincy was
all that
amazing. I love Quincy.
oh my God, Remington Steele. She loved Remington Steele.
Remington Steele. Yeah, my mom loved him.
Moonlighting.
So,
Yeah, all those shows.
so my point is, you can log into my Peacock. Just start from the beginning because it's kind of like Doctor Who. I think that you got to get through the first couple ones
Mhm.
Yeah.
where it
Yeah.
sucks, and then
For
you're
sure.
like, okay, I get it.
It's
I
okay,
get this
Neil.
Okay,
character.
Neil, you got to realize that Jessica's the only one in Cabot Cove who has 2 brain cells to rub together. The
Right.
rest of them don't. And so you have to take
Yeah,
it from
they're
that
not.
perspective that she sees things and she picks up on things that no one else does because they're all oblivious.
And the bulk of her intelligence is she wrote a book.
Yeah.
See, Emily says that you have to sit there and go through IMDb. So that was always the game we were playing when we were watching Inspector Lewis or
Yes.
more. So I know that British actor. Yeah.
Oh, yep. I
Right.
loved
Yeah,
Inspector
yeah.
Have you
Morse.
seen what Senko
And-
Fabs has just put?
I
Caro
love
and
it.
Anna, like, what are these old people talking about?
I was actually shopping for yarn because I was looking at it and then I was like, I need more.
Do it. No, I loved Inspector Morse. My mom loved that show. I used to sit and watch that with her. And I loved
No,
Inspector
I-
Lewis.
I too, Neil, thought Murder She Wrote was stupid, and then I said, you know what? I love Tabitha. I'm gonna go back and give it a shot, and I'm glad I gave it a shot because you know why? There's no woke crap in it.
Nope.
It's
Even the
all
murders are-
wholesome. Yep.
It's so wholesome. Even the murders are like, oh, I died. Like it's
Plus,
just
you get to
not
watch
big,
eight.
you know.
They
Plus,
get
you can
murdered.
mock 80s. You can mock 80s fashion.
I mean, the fashion. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, nobody has a cell
Oh,
phone.
the blow dried
Like, she
hair.
has
That
to-
was the funniest thing. The men
Right.
had more blow dried hair than the women in that episode I watched.
She had
I
to go
watched-
run to the payphone to make a phone call on the payphone.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
She in the one
Oh.
episode, she invited a total stranger, handyman, to come stay at her house and
Yes.
fix stuff up.
yes,
When it turns out, I mean, like,
that was the one I figured out.
No, sometimes.
yeah, I figured that one out too.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
man is suspicious.
She's
yeah,
like,
she's
come
a
on
single-
in and have some breakfast and fix some stuff around my house. Like, literally, Murder, She Wrote is how I picture Carrie Smith if we lived in a perfect world. She would be
Mhm.
Fletcher.
Jessica Fletcher in the Texas
I-
version. Being like,
I watch
"Come on into
I
my
watch a
house."
show. I watch a show called Virgin River. It's on Netflix, and it's the same kind of thing. It's like it's a small town. It's about all the people that live in the small town, and it's just wholesome. It's
Right.
like a Hallmark card. It's
Nobody's-
like a yeah.
Nobody's being bludgeoned.
Right. Well,
You know?
no, there's a little bit of bludgeoning,
Well,
but it's the bad guys
Light
doing the
bludgeoning.
bludgeoning. Like, yeah.
my Jessica Fletcher always reminded me of my aunt. I mean, my aunt didn't solve murders, but she was that same type of person who knew everybody in town, helped people out, looked out for people and that kind of thing.
Because
And she
I
was
think
just-
in the 80s,
Yeah.
she was supposed to be America's version of Agatha Christie,
Mhm.
is the way I took it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Agatha, Miss Marple is just this.
Yeah.
That I took it that she was supposed to be America's version of Miss Marple.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was how I took it. So it's not drama, like you're not getting
Okay.
lectured.
It's
I
easy
saw
to
this
watch.
1 3/4. I have 1 or 2 questions. Right. So she meets the ex-brother-in-law who is missing. He disappeared. No, he's supposed to be dead. That was it. He faked his own death. And he's now living on a circus with elephants and dwarves and weird shit like that. And he
The dream, basically.
Yeah, and when he meets her, he's talking about, oh, I've thought about her so often over the years. That's his sister-in-law. Why has he been thinking about her so often over the years? Like, and where does this life fit in? Because she's always solving murders. Where does she meet these people to know them? Do you know what I mean? Because she always knows them really well.
Oh, well, she has bookstores and
You're in a
family and
It's
friends. And
Real life.
Well,
see, you're thinking too hard.
Yeah. You
Exactly.
talk about it too much.
Where does
No,
the guy
Can we
or-
just make
Oh,
that a shorter
yeah.
sentence? I'm just thinking.
Dial,
Watch the show.
dial it back a little bit.
Ugh.
I
did
try.
Into my Peacock.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you can just sit and watch. You glance up, you kind of listen,
Mhm.
you're knitting, and you can figure out
You're
who did it or you
listening,
didn't.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
and
not as
there
good
was-
as Breaking Bad, which I'm rewatching for the 3rd time.
Which is
And
really
it's
good,
just-
but
but
it's not conducive
different,
to
though.
yeah.
I mean, it's a different thing
But it's
completely.
not wholesome.
No.
Pretty sure it's
But-
wholesome.
Is wholesome
Yeah, I
that
mean-
good, really? I like
You
a bit
know,
of blood and gore and
Neil, in this time and age, knowing that the bad guy gets caught and goes to jail, and that the good guys, they're all okay, and for another week to come back, and it's kind of
Right.
like stress free.
Yes.
It is stress free. And I think because,
Yeah.
like, when she gets the bad guy, and they're just like, yeah, I did it. Like, there's no chase.
That's the whole thing about cozy mysteries like that, though, because it's kind of like I want
Yeah.
a little bit of mystery and like no mess, and maybe a smooth.
It's like a Harlequin
Yeah.
romance novel.
then they do that whole
Right.
exposition thing where they give the whole
Right.
plot away in
Mhm.
one sentence.
Like, the cops aren't even there, and she's already got
Right.
them to confess, and she walks them into the.
Right. It's
And the
not
sheriff-
supposed to be deep. No.
And the sheriff left Happy Days and got a totally different accent and became the sheriff on
Huh?
Murder, She Wrote.
Right.
Mr. Cunningham changed, okay?
My friend used to write cozy mysteries. I say
was
used to.
funny.
She probably still does. I don't know. But when she used to write her cozy mysteries, because we would write together at the same time, I'm like, did you figure out who died in your neighborhood today? She's like, shut up. And I was like, I just, it seems to be a trend.
You should write where I'm living.
I've
Your
read,
stories
I've read
are
a,
wild.
You don't know who died in your neighborhood today.
Yeah.
yeah,
Today,
yeah, we're waiting.
In the
we're
last
waiting,
hour, do you mean?
We're waiting for the true crime special about your neighbor.
Oh, that
Yeah.
has become the mystery of all time. So we do need Jessica Fletcher to solve that one.
Oh,
There's
no.
something very, very weird gone on with that.
Oh.
A little bit bizarre.
I
Did I tell you
That's
that
no
dogs
fun.
were left in the house and I had to get the RSPCA to break into a flat
Oh
to get
no.
the dogs?
Oh no!
I don't know that I told anyone about this.
No,
yeah,
you
so
didn't.
2 days after, somehow the dogs were in that flat. Bearing in mind, they'd taken the dead body out.
And they just
don't
left the
know.
dogs?
This is what I don't know.
That's
so
crazy.
they must have put the dogs back in there, but where were I don't know.
Why?
So maybe they did leave them, and they were barking for 2 nights non-stop. So I was really worried. Got the RSPCA. The police came and broke the door down again. That door next door
my
has been
God.
broken down about 5 times now, and managed to get the dogs out. And then the dogs were taken, and it's really just bizarre. And the night before that, there was somebody trying to break into the house, to the flat. And I caught them at 4 o'clock in the morning. I actually got out of bed because I knew something really weird was going on. And he was trying to get in. And it's like, what are you doing? And he went, I've dropped my key down the lift shaft, which you can't do. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, I wasn't, properly computing.
Neil,
what he
you need
said.
you need to install some cameras in the hallway.
I need to move
And-
out.
You
That's
need
what
to
I need
well,
to
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but you can, if till then, install some cameras in the hallway so you can record what goes on. And then when
Yeah.
you catch the murderer, you can turn it over to the police and they'll make a documentary.
Nothing. Yeah.
There you go.
No, I need to move to New York, to the Bronx, or to Harlem, or
No, you
somewhere.
need-
No,
There's a
no,
bit
no,
safe.
no.
The worst
Somewhere that
place
doesn't have
for
as much
crime,
murder
I
and
think
mayhem.
so.
Neil,
No.
I'm just going to say that you would stand out a lot in the Bronx or Harlem.
What,
Um,
as
Yes,
a black
you
woman?
would. Yes.
No. As a Englishman who's from another country.
English.
But he identifies as a black lesbian woman. That will protect him. He's got pronouns in his bio. He's totally safe.
I mean, look, I can get Tina to hook you up in other parts of New York, but I don't think she's going
Yeah,
to the
no,
Bronx.
she would say
the
no.
Bronx
to
is
those-
like, no, go away. Go to
The only
Pennsylvania.
time I ever voluntarily went to the Bronx was to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And
no.
that was
I have to interrupt because I have to go. So I'm going to sleep.
oh, it's
You're
after
going?
6
Oh,
already.
bye, Kara. Thank you.
You're going to
Kara,
sleep?
Thanks for coming.
Okay,
Thanks for
you.
coming.
What time is it there, Caro,
Sure.
before you go?
Of
What
your
time
It's
is it?
8. It's 8 p.m. because I wake up at 5.
So she has to go.
She's got
Neil-
a slave driver for a bus.
Yeah. Anyway, good night.
Send us
I-
the,
Bye.
send us the picture.
Yeah, we
Sparkle,
should
sparkle.
probably finish up soon because it is after 6.
I'll wrap it up. It's been
Yeah, I got to eat, and then
Yeah.
I got to show
I
up
gotta
tomorrow
eat
night
too.
for Ann
I've got to
shindig.
sleep. 2:15 here.
I'll watch tomorrow night.
Lord.
And I don't know if I'm going to watch the debate. Usually I watch the highlights the next day.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm
That
watching
might be really good though. I got it.
Well, it'll be on the next morning. I'm so done with all this.
Yeah, me too.
Oh
stuff.
no, I like to watch
Like-
this bad boy live.
Like there's
You
just
gotta
so much.
take it in. You gotta get that in your
Well,
lungs.
I mean,
Be
she's
there
going to
the
say
moment.
crap, and they're going to ignore it, and they're not going to challenge her on anything she says.
I know,
But they'll
my
challenge.
commentary is the fun part. So,
But
you know.
but Trump will say his name is Donald Trump, and they'll say no, it's not,
Yeah.
because just because.
Trump
Can you
is
prove
the
that?
vote for non-eaten cats?
I'm gonna watch on the Blaze, and they're gonna have Allie Beth Stuckey and Dave Landau on the same stage, and I'm there for that because
What time is it Eastern
That's
time
like-
when it's on? 'Cause I'm,
Probably 8 or 9, probably.
8 or 9.
it's going to
Eastern.
be too late for me then, isn't it?
It's
Maybe
8
um,
Eastern.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll watch the highlights the next day.
Yeah, I
Or the
mean,
low lights. Yeah,
or the low lights. I mean, come on, she's going to make a fool out of herself.
of course she
We
is.
all know this. She's going to
They'll say
cackle a
she
lot,
was a
and
strong woman. Yeah.
oh yeah, and they'll say how wonderful she did. And I love now that they keep bringing on these focus groups and all these mainstream news, and they'll say to all these minorities and black people and say, so you're going to vote for Kamala, right? And they're like, no.
No.
Oh, you're not?
Nope.
No. Why would I vote for
He's
her? She
leading
said
again
that-
in the polls, isn't he?
He's been leading.
It's on
The
the
polls-
news today.
Yeah.
He's been leading. The polls that the Democrats have put out have been highly Democrat heavy in the polling. And
Does it include
the
dead people? Did they ask dead people?
Well, duh.
30.
You
13.
know, so yeah, Senko Farms. It should be. He should just let her talk, because every time
Well, he did that with
goes on-
Biden, didn't he?
Yeah,
He let Biden, and that was a good
Well-
a good plan.
she's worse off script. Like Biden, before he became senile, he could follow a script, but she
When
can't.
was that? What's happening?
So I don't know. It's going to be really sad when Jill has to leave the White House and can't be, flying around, being on Vogue and all that, when she's got to go back to teaching at the community college. I think I'm pretty sure that Kamala's going to be president soon,
Do
because
you think she's going to win?
no. I think Biden's going to step down, and here's why I think that: because Hunter pled guilty instead of going to trial. Now,
Who's even paying
I
attention
think,
to
Because he
Biden?
wants his
think-
daddy to pardon him. Yep.
well, yeah, and Biden said before he wouldn't pardon him
Mm.
because he assumed Kamala would. But since
He
they're
never
feuding
lies.
and all, I don't think they think she will. So I think he will pardon him before he
Of course
steps
he
down,
will.
and that's why he's gone ahead and pled guilty.
But then
because-
I saw a thing today where somebody big is predicting that she's going to be installed
Yeah.
before.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I think that Hunter pled guilty, because he knows his dad's going to leave soon, and he's going to need that pardon.
He's already left, but
Because otherwise, he wouldn't get sentenced till late in December.
Elvis
Right.
has
If he
left
was-
early.
So, yeah,
I'm
and the
tired.
Bidens with their,
I'm tired about
know,
all this. Yeah.
I am too. I just wish it was over, because so many bad things could happen between now and then. And
Mm.
like I saw them, they're claiming, Democrats are claiming it's illegal to send arms to Israel. I'm thinking, but you're all supporting sending arms to Ukraine. How is it any different?
Yeah.
Like, like that makes no sense. I'm tired of sending arms to everybody at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
we
But
don't.
why don't we keep our arms to ourselves?
Yeah, because we
we're
need
gonna
them.
need
'Cause,
them.
you know,
I want
our
arms.
our stores, our arms stores are
Use
down.
arms to myself.
So, yeah, and then of course they're calling for gun
What's Amy doing?
confiscation.
My
Well,
arms to
keep
Your
myself.
arms to yourself.
She's doing guns.
Myself.
The arms. Here they are.
That's my arms.
Well-
Myself.
Blink, blink.
All right,
Come
thanks
on,
for
keep
coming,
up.
guys. It was really fun.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming, chat.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it, and
Make for the
keep
babies.
making your let them live things for the babies,
Let
and
them live for the
um,
babies. All the babies need all the
and
things.
then prepare for September 28th, because that's going to be a lot
Oh,
of.
I'm preparing lots and lots.
Extravaganza.
I'm
yeah.
predicting that it's going to be chaos, but a lot of fun, and all the super chats go
Watch
for the
your
babies.
girth.
So,
Just watch the girth.
because sometimes you need to know about that shaft, huh?
Anne, how many people are competing?
There are 3 teams of 2 people.
So
Eight.
6, 7. So there's 8 altogether with the compares hosts.
It'll be 8 people on the panel.
I'm just
And I'm in
looking
the
at whether
I'm in the chat mocking everybody.
You better be. You better make. And you better give her moderators.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay.
Neil will be messaging Kara with all these things to say and questions
Right.
and things to do. Ask about this, ask about that. And she'll be
Because
like,
we're gonna
huh?
be like not paying
Crazy
attention to the
movie.
screen. We're gonna be like, whatever.
You're like text.
Oh,
to
congratulations, Danielle.
Pharaoh.
Fourth grandbaby on the way. Congratulations,
Yay,
Danielle. That's awesome.
Danielle! That's so exciting.
Babies.
I'm
Joe,
so
we missed-
jealous.
Joe Bob, we miss you. We're glad we made you
Miss
laugh
you,
at
Joe
work.
Bob.
Hope you didn't make your boss get you in trouble.
By spitting coffee on
See us
her.
sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us know. We can change days. Yeah.
Yeah, we can. We want to chat with Joe Bob
Of course we
on
do.
again too, because we miss her.
Yeah, we do.
So
Need my
thanks
Joe.
everybody. Thanks Amy and Ann and Neil
Bye,
for
guys.
joining us.
Thank
Bye
you.
guys.
Bye bye.